For real this time. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Columbus, Kansas, the side of the kickoff to the 2022 high school football season as the Girard Trojans make the short trip down K7 to take a look at this Titan team and see where they are to start this year. Such high expectations for the Trojans. I'm not sure if I can remember a year where the expectations were kind of at a fever pitch. 10-1 a year ago, and that would be the goal and then some this year with a lot returning. BJ Harris along with you as we settle in on what is going to be a gorgeous night for high school football here in Cherokee County. Alongside me, Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, our three-man booth here. Josh Lettner off on assignment. BJ here with you. And guys, Murph, you got a chance to go to the Jamboree, get a chance to see the Trojans in action live fire a week ago. Coach, I talked to him a little bit about that as well. They don't always get the best stuff from those teams, but certainly have a chance to see how the Trojans, what'd you think?
Well, I thought they just looked really well. Of course, I thought the defense was a step ahead of the offense and come to expect this early in the season, but you know, I get accused of looking through crimson glasses all the time, BJ, but you know I was excited when I'm texting you on my way home, and I live 3 blocks from the high school field.
Yeah, you were. Hey, don't be texting and driving, Murph. But bring in Daryl McLeod, and Daryl, it's first time on the air. You are glutton for punishment. Call me wanting to see about getting into the broadcasting game after watching this shenanigans here, getting this all going. I assume you still want to do it, and you're going to crack the mic. You should know these Trojans fairly well, classmates of yours. What's the feeling like in the hallway? Is what I just said about expectations palpable inside GHS?
I mean, they are all just nervous. I mean, it's almost like ecstatic in the hallway, the way they are just coming together, and every single one of them in the hallway today was so ready for the game, and they all explained to me how nervous they were for it, but that, as they said, is a good sign for the first game.
Yeah, that nervous energy, Murph, that's one of those things that how well you handle that, it can turn you into a beast or it can turn you into not a beast real fast.
I'm 47 years old, BJ, and I got the goosebumps up. I'm goosebumped up with the butterflies, and all I have to do is sit up here and watch you. So
yeah, pretty good. Trojans are going to be bringing back. You get a chance to see him over there warming up in Luke Nigaman. He'll be getting going as well. We'll make sure the Titans are going to be taking the field in just a moment. Trojans lined up in those white tops with gold bottoms, those maroon helmets. The Titans going to come in all red on red. They're doing their full starting lineups as well. As we're getting ready to get this one cranked up here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon, pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. The Trojans and the Titans, one of those classic Southeast Kansas battles, going to get things going here in Columbus. We're back in 2 minutes as we continue. We're just about 6 minutes away from kickoff here for the 2022 high school football season. You're also their camera person.
Right, I forget.
Help keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work.
Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at GirardMedicalCenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Sell. BJ Harris, Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod back out here, Columbus High School. Columbus, Kansas, the side of this one, the Girard Trojans. Everybody out at midfield doing the coin toss. Sort this out. Some of those shadows of this press box going to sit there and peek in just a little bit. Sun should start to set about 7:40. And like I said, it's going to be a very nice night for some high school football. In the plans for the Trojans, we take a look at our keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest in Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing. It can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Murph, first off, some thoughts. I know you said you saw the Jamboree. You got that experience. We talked a little about nerves. What about some of those X and O's? What are some things you saw from the Trojans last year they need to get better at to win this one?
Well, I want to see them play ahead of the change really well. First down, key to any drive. Of course, the Trojans are very explosive. They're very good at getting out of those bad situations, but that's my big key to the game. Play ahead of the change. Get back on the bus as healthy as they got off, and good things will happen in between.
All right, Darryl, what do you got?
Well, honestly, like he said, they do have the explosive power, but what I'm really curious to see is the O-line. All of them are returning. They all played last year, all of the same starters. I'm really curious to see how they can control the line and how they can push. That's going to be the basis of the game. It's going to be won in the trenches.
You want to make a coach happy, tell him you got your entire offensive line coming back with a year of experience. Opening kickoff brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece. Maybe even sign up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. We got a few more features to get to. Had a little bit of trouble. Game one, always everybody, the guys on the field have some jitters, the guys in the crowd and in the stands have some jitters, but ultimately at 7 o'clock on that first Friday in September, they're going to kick the ball into the air and they're going to play some football, and there's not a better thing to do on a Friday night in southeast Kansas. We'll line things up. Humble going to be the guy to put this one into the air. There's a couple of Titans away deep. It's going to be a short, shallow kick, going to be fielded right at the 15-yard line. Center return, and upended. Nice tackle there. Making that first contact, Justin Ferguson on the tackle for the Trojans, and Adam Shireman in there as well. The return man was Nate Cook, 5'8", 155-pound senior. So Titans will begin things offensively. Get a chance to look at this Trojan defense. Again, the core of that defense sent one of them to Pittsburgh State, and Brecken Troike, certainly big shoes to fill. 3-3 defense for the Trojans, a little 3-3 stack. Anthony Pike going to be that Mike linebacker, key position. Coach really liked him when I talked to him earlier this week. Quarterback, Brett Hamilton, straight drop, looking for all of it. Deep coverage, they go, and it is overthrown. You want to talk about getting things started. Murph, you were on the horse right there off the bat. And trying to catch one of the Trojans. For what it's worth, I thought pretty good coverage all the way down the field. Making up some ground was Ethan Brooks. You want to see somebody that's going to make some people have their eyes go big is Ethan Brooks having some closing speed like that is that safety with that size that he's also carrying as well. Hamilton again, the shotgun, running backs to either side. He'll send a man in motion. Fake it to him, handoff left side of the back down, brought down. Adam Sherman meets him in the backfield. It's going to be a big loss. A loss of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, what a play by Shireman to beat that guard and just from the inside position there and blow that up in the backfield.
Looks like Columbus is going with a lot of misdirection to start off.
Had a man in motion that time and they faked that end around to Jack Valela. Or actually, it was number 15, rather, Caden Cox on that fake end around. Running back to his left is Midget. That's the guy that got hurt early in the season last year. To his right is Jasmine Tanner. Turn handoff. Midget, not much there. Strong Adam Sharman in the mix again. Big fella underneath, getting in on the fun. Kester came flying in there. They brought a blitz as well. And that's a pretty good drive there for the Trojan defense. That first play kind of put them in a bit of a hole. And then 2 stops in a row by the Trojans. Kester going to line up back to return this one for the Trojans.
Substitution issues on the sideline.
And a shank near to the near side. Actually got a little more on that thought. It looked like it was going to go off the side of his foot. And it's going to take a nice little Titan roll. And it's the best shank ever. All the way down just beyond the 25-yard line up to the 23-yard line. Substitution issues were for the Trojans or on the near sideline?
It was for the Trojans. Looks like they had a couple linemen trying to get off the field in that play. I don't think the refs caught it, though, so I think everything ended up all right.
So the Trojans, that offense going to get a chance. The defense did their job here on the opening drive. Not much on that offensive drive. So the Trojans will start this one at their own 24-yard line. They got them at the 23. Here with 10:34 to play in this first quarter. Turn handoff, catch the outside. And it won't be much there, if anything, maybe a yard on the carry by Ethan Davidson. And they may give him one. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Looks like Philpott was trying to keep them honest there on the outside so they can open up the inside later.
Commitment to the run was something that certainly has happened, and that was a big part of last year's success. That's a good way to get out of trouble, and throwing the balls we saw in that opening drive, a good way to get into it sometimes. Harris goes in motion, turn handoff. Kester, first guy through. Good hole on that initial push, and then able to drag a defender forward to make this a much better 3rd down opportunity here for the Trojans. 3rd down and 5.
I think they packed a punter, BJ, or they leave him and Girard.
Probably better have had one. Better have one. I think he's number 2. It should be okay. I like the idea of having your quarterback as your punter. It gives you some flexibility, certainly in the middle part of the field. Down here, let's just get the first down. Nigaman will be the quarterback. Short little pistol set. Sends Kester in motion. Going to throw it. Little slant over the ear side. Got his man. First down. Rising up and popping it up to the 35-yard line. That was a pop and throw. A good catch by Caleb Scales as well. Another one of those Trojans. Talking to Coach Philpott, really likes Scales. Getting back onto the gridiron this year after a year off. Full commitment in the summertime. And Johnny on the spot to get the first down of the season.
And I was really wondering how he was going to handle that first catch over the middle, but it looks like he did not miss a step on that one.
6-yard gain brings up 1st down and 10 from the 35. Good hand and a good read and give there by Nigaman. Not going to be a big gain, but if he holds that, it's going to be a bad situation. And a run by Kester will end up bringing up a gain of about 2.5. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 here for Girard. First offensive possession of the game for the Trojans, just past the 9-minute mark here in this first quarter. 3 and out by the Titans after they took a big crack at it on the first play of the game. Nigaman, Kester behind him. Quick and a big rush there, getting right in the action. Not much time at all there for the Trojans to throw it. Was Cole Miner. Miner, 6'2", 180-pound senior for the Titans, goes in there and swats that one away to bring up 3rd down. Got to get their hands down when you're going to throw a quick pass, and those have been bad. The first pass have been real quick pop and throw, and a lot of times you don't get enough put air underneath that. First incomplete pass there. It is already starting to cool off in the shade. I'm sure it's a little warmer over there on the Trojan side, but it is going to be nice for a first game of the year. Hopefully I'll allow nobody to get fatigued. And another contact right off the bat. Trojans not getting much of a push at all. Those are so egregious, they look like missed assignments and not bad blocking necessarily. I mean, that is bad blocking, but that you're not getting a push. It's more that they're missing the guys they're supposed to be blocking, I think. Ends up being a loss of 2 on the play. And it will bring up a punting situation here for Girard. Just as you said, Murph, the defense is ahead of the offense here. Nigaman will set back, high snap, problems. Red alert, Houston, and
kicks it through the back of the end zone.
yeah, if Luke would have thought if he would have peeked maybe just a little bit, he might have had enough time, but pretty headsy play not to eat that one, and the game will start with a safety. Your rare safety to begin this season here at the 8-minute mark, and the Titans have scored. And we'll take our first time out. Trojan offense gets stopped and ends up coughing up. Special teams gives up the first points of the season. We're back at 30 on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Safety kick, going to get things started here in this next possession as Garrett Humble lines up to kick this one away from his own 20-yard line. That's where they'll place the safety kick. And we fielded far side.
By Cade Saporito.
He'll knock down. Good contact there.
Bo Harris.
Yeah, good contact by Bo. And a good start position here for Columbus. And so the Titans will have good field position to begin this drive up to the 45-yard line. 7:57 to play first quarter. Well, not much from the defense. Pretty much the same as last time if you were re-racking it here. Trojan defense, really good possession last time. Trojans did pick a first down offensively, so they've got that in their cap, but a 2-point advantage for the Titans. Wide receiver far side, 2 to the nearest side. Hamilton fakes it, rolling near side. Little pressure coming right over the middle, lets it fly, and he is out of bounds. No catch. And it'll bring up a second down and 10. Yep. So second down and 10, and they've thrown on first down here a couple of times. Hasn't worked out. Some pressure was coming on this near side. I believe getting into the face of Hamilton was Juan Pizarro. Near side D end. Over the ball for that Trojan D. Caleb Combs going to be the nose guard on this one. And, of course, Adam Shireman, certainly a big-time returner from a year ago. Wide receiver near side. They'll run trips to the far side. All bunch tight. Hamilton, the quarterback. And the tailback behind him is Jasmine Tanner. Pressure coming. Can they get there? Good blocks up front, but had to get rid of it. Hamilton was wanting a flag of some kind. I'm not exactly sure what he saw. Pretty good coverage down the field to bring up another third down here for the Titans. Titans not real committed to the run, and you talked about some misdirection, but they have yet to give that. That's one of those things, maybe second, third, fourth possession, they give those, and if the Trojans get too aggressive, they might get caught too deep inside. I saw that last night for the Gorillas about 8 times. Guys getting too aggressive on some misdirection and getting out of position and leaving that outside edge.
Yep, starting to lull them to sleep with the motion and then attack.
2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Straight drop, Hamilton again, passing on third down. 2 guys blocking him. The holding penalty going to be against Pizarro, or for Pizarro rather. He would have gotten home but got held, so this is going to back him up 10, or perhaps they'll decline it.
Yeah, I decline it, BJ. Force him to punt.
Kind of a tweener. I'll debate that with you a little bit. You kind of get some field position. and a chance to get some of that back. But I won't argue with Neil Philpott. So I'll argue with you, Murph.
He probably heard me.
I'm sure he's probably got an ear IFB over there to make sure we keep him honest. So another punt for the Titans.
And it's more than X's and O's is why I won't argue with Coach Philpott.
Minor to punt here for the Titans. Another good boot. Kester back deep. He's going to have somebody ride on him. Have to escape it. Cannot. And brought down at the 15-yard line. That's where the Trojans will start this one.
That was a good tackle by Fisher Troxel for Columbus. Good way to go laterally and get him down. Alex is a lightning in a bottle player. He can strike at any moment, especially if you let him get shifty. So that was a good tackle to track him down.
First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. This first quarter has been a stalemate so far from both teams. Halfway through it, just about halfway through this first one, trying to feel things out. Pretty typical kind of beginning to the season.
Well, there's a third team we don't talk about a lot. We did talk about it in pregame. We didn't talk about it, but that special teams is winning the ball game for Columbus right now.
Right now, they are up by 2. One to the far side, one to the near side. Harris will go in motion, turn handoff Kester, trying to get that cut back to the inside. He'll be dragging some defenders. You see that strength that you just talked about a second ago, Darryl, and it'll be a nice gain of about 6 yards after it looked like it wasn't going to be much. And it'll actually bring up 5. It'll bring up a second down and 5. They give them 4 and 3/4.
We round up.
7:01 and counting first quarter. Tight to the near side. Wide receiver pretty tight to the far side. Send a man in motion. Hand up. And Kester again going to fall forward. A good tackle getting under their little submarine action on the stop there for the Titans by Jaden Hale. And it'll be a gain of about 3 on the play for Kester. Brings up a manageable third down and 3. I think it's a pretty pivotal little third down here for the Trojans. And I'm not a math magician, but you got 4 yards, you got 3 yards. If you got another 3, that'd be a first down. We'll see if they go that route. Third down and a long 2. Hard count. That's the fun way to do it.
It's even better.
Get them to jump off sides.
And Girard runs a lot of motion. We get away with a couple people in motion from time to time, so a lot of coaches we see in the official's ear about how much motion Girard runs.
Well, the guys will pick the official's ear for about anything, so you just do what you do until you get told you can't do anymore. Wide receiver to the far side, one to the near side. Again, Nigaman, short pistol set. Kester behind him. Turn. Pulls it this time, does Luke. He'll fall forward, a gain of about 1. Probably a pretty good read there by Nigaman as well. Could have gone either way, and he'll fall forward. Again, that big frame from Luke Nigaman. How about the Trojans bringing in a quarterback for this year who's got college offers? He's going to have all the opportunities likely that he's going to want. And having a guy like that to call the plays for the Trojans, we've had a lot of good quarterbacks over the years, good high school football quarterbacks. Not a ton of dudes walking the halls of GSS that look like that.
No. Never have.
It'll bring up a second down and 3. That bunch back field as well. Harris will go in motion. Straight drop, pressure comes, lets it fly. He's got a man down the middle of the field. It's in and out of the hands. Going for the youngster, Scott Moore. 6'4", 216-pound sophomore. That ball probably looked like a peanut flying through the air. And that is a kid right there that's got the frame of what he needs. 6'4", what'd I say? 6'4", 216 as a freshman. And he was open down the middle. It was a pretty nice little ball by Luke Nigaman. Just couldn't quite pull it in.
Under pressure, too. That
stood in there and took it right in the chin, probably.
It was pretty impressive that he could throw that even while all those men were in his face.
One wide receiver near side. Now Moore will flip to the near side. So we'll have Twins this side. Harris is the wing to this side with the running back Kester. It's third down. Gonna have to roll out. Nigaman shapes it up, throws it out. He's got Harris in the open field. First down for the Trojans. A gain of 15 yards on third down and 7. It'll move the chains again. And a nice little flood play coming to the near side. You keep coming. Harris was open.
And running left across your body.
That is a very tough throw for a quarterback.
And going quick.
Quick to the ball. Harris will go in motion again. Turn handoff. Kester picking his way through there. And Alex not able to get much going there. Maybe a gain of a yard. Trojans are inside or marching close to Titan territory. Left score at the bottom of your screen is Girard. The right score is Columbus. We'll fix that at some point, won't we?
Try to.
Second, no, I'll get it fixed. It's just a matter of when. Second down and 9. That front 5, so far, only really 1 or 2 times where they've squeaked through, and it looks like we've shored some of that up. If you're a coach, you'd rather have missed assignments than just guys getting beaten. I think that was happening.
Uh-oh.
That went right off a dink, donk, football, Blinko, Titan ball. Mistakes abound right now for the Trojans. A safety and now a fumble after a good drive. Take those 2 plays out of it, and you watch that film, you think the Trojans have certainly got control of this game, but they do not right now, as another turnover by the Trojans. And that went right through his hands, went off Luke's helmet, and right back into the fray.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a quick snap, maybe the center missed the snap count, or Luke wasn't, like you said, right off the face mask.
My instinct is to not blame the offensive line. Usually.
Of course.
Nobody just lines up too tight anymore. That right tackle jumped twice. Can he get 2 flags? It'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Titans. Back them up right to inside their own territory. Well, some of that nervousness you saw in the hallway, Daryl, is rearing its head just a little bit. You can't look at those. A snap over the head and a snap too hard perhaps, and that's what's the difference in this game right here. Back inside Titan territory at the 48-yard line. First down and 15 now. 4:41 to go in this opening quarter of play. 2-0 Trojans down here to start this one. Hamilton with running backs to either side of him. He's going to quarterback keep it, just straight read option. And there wasn't a lot of option there and upended.
That was a good tackle by Christian there. Christian Taylor.
Taylor comes in to upend Hamilton and able to run in there. Taylor, the play side linebacker on that one, which is important. If they're coming this way and he's the play side linebacker, he should be blocked, and he was able to get past that and make the play. Ball right at midfield, first down and 13. Or second down and 13, rather. Henry. Cook to one side. Now we got 2 dudes in motion. That's illegal.
Yep.
And it will be another nice hit. The Trojans did not care. Anthony Pike comes flying in there. And along with the Trojans in there with Pike to make that stop, Jaden Norris is your linebacking core. And again, that's probably the unit that had the most question marks coming into this season on the defensive side of the ball, and so far so good for the Trojan linebackers. They'll decline that play, bring up a third down on the 2-minute in motion.
I thought that was a dead ball foul, BJ, but that's why.
I was having that exact same thought. All these broadcast rigs were supposed to come with rule books this year, and I forgot to order them, so they'll come in the mail, Murph.
Yeah. Is it illustrated?
2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Hamilton shotgun set. 1 running back behind him, straight drop looking. He's got a 1-man route. Trojans will have a chance at this one. Tangled up, they're going to throw it.
Oh, no.
Pass interference called out.
It was going to be well over the head first.
I don't know where Columbus is going. That's
not a spot foul.
It's not a spot foul in high school.
It will be a first down.
Is it? Is it a 15-yard penalty?
We'll see what they decide to mark off here. I'm not sure if it was a pass interference first, but
I think that's what he just called there.
He did. Little tangled up with the feet. And
on an uncatchable ball.
Very difficult. Yeah, it's a 15-yarder, so it'll just be a first down. Man, another tough break there. That one you can't fault the Trojans. They were in pretty good position. A 1-man route at 2 men there. Just bad luck. A little bad luck overcoming here on the road. Not always easy to do in the CNC on the road. First game of the year and a couple of mistakes. But if you're going to have mistakes like this, you do them early with plenty of time to overcome with a stout defense. We'll see if the defense can hold here after giving them some of their best opportunities to score offensively yet tonight for the Titans. Hamilton sends Saporito in motion. Trying that end around. He's got a little bit of a hole. Finally stopped and brought down. Trojans there to make the tackle with Joel Jubber. Outside linebacker, spur to this near side, and he'll look like it's going to be pretty wide open for Saporito. Ends up being just a gain of 4.
Yeah, it's a good time to bend and not break if you're Trojans defense here. Just
Second down and 6 here for the Titans. 3:22 to go. Hamilton, turn pop, got a man out there one-on-one here with Kester. He's making tackle. A little help came from the inside. He went to the inside with Jaden Norris making that play. It will be close and going to be right at the sticks. We'll see if they eyeball this one. It's going to bring up a third down here for the Titans. They got to stop them probably 2 plays here. Third down and 1. They'll try a hard count. No. Turn, handoff. Hamilton keeps it, rather, and he's got a big hole. Went right through the tackler. The one guy coming through on the blitz, they had a blitz on that third down, and they ran right by Hamilton because he was going to the ball fake, and nobody there to help. Ends up being a touchdown for the Titans. A 25-yard touchdown for Hamilton. And the Titans are up 9-0.
It's still early.
A good drive for Columbus, and they overcome a little bit in that drive. The Trojans give them new life a couple of times, including to start that drive on a turnover. Kick is up, and it is good. Trojans trail by 9. You're watching it here on Girard Sports Live. Have the same score up there.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Back out here in Columbus, the Titans and the Trojans. The Trojans giving up a big score there by Brett Hamilton. It is 9-0 here in this first quarter. Trojans down by 9. We'll get the score clock working at the quarter. A good kickoff here is going to drive Davidson all the way back to the goal line. Far side return. He's got a little bit of hole. Got a little bit of room.
Still on his feet.
And he will go up across the 35-yard line. It still nearly broke through there.
Good return for Ethan Davidson.
Yeah, a really good one up to the 39-yard line. And that'll be a good start to try to bounce back. Sometimes your special teams can cost you. Sometimes your special teams can be the thing that gives you a spark. We'll see if the Trojan offense can take advantage of this field position.
Has a little bit of diversity here at the start, being down 9-0, having a couple of mistakes on special teams, but takes a good team to come back from it, so hopefully they can.
First down and 10 from the 39-yard line. 2:17 to go in this first quarter. One wide receiver to the near side. Aiden Damon. 2 running backs, Harris and Kester. Turn, handoff, Harris trying to bounce off a block and just almost ran into. Again, a lot of pressure coming off that far side. First guy in there, Skylar Schuberger, giving a little bit of pressure, and then help came from him, but a loss of 3 or 4 on the play to bring up a second down and 14. A lot of penetration up there.
And Columbus's D-line is just, I don't know if they're shooting gaps, I can't see, but they're getting a lot of penetration.
Well, got on the contact coming through there. It is those linebacker numbers making those plays. The defensive line, that actually was that near side D end. Number 35 came in off that D end spot. So that's where you're watching. 35 on this near side. Nigman, he'll get in there too hot. Then we'll throw it out here, a little wheel route. Trying for Kester, intercepted. Aired up there a little bit. Got to make a play. Saporito coming away with the interception. And the hits continue for the Trojans. You're keeping track at home. That's 3 turnovers by the Trojans. A fumble, an interception, and a punt that went away that turned into a safety. So certainly a quarter to forget here with 1:26 to go in it. Now you want to try to keep the bleeding and try to stop that here if you're the Trojans. In addition to that, you allow some atmosphere and energy to kind of start to build here inside, because I'm sure they knew the high expectations of the Trojans and the Titans. You know, they didn't know what they had. They knew they had a disappointing season last year, and now a little momentum coming their way. Hamilton, straight drop. Pressure comes, gets past Pizarro, now up and over the head of the intended receiver. On for the Titans was Caden Cox, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10, back at the 22-yard line, or 32-yard line, excuse me. 3 wide receivers far side. Jasmine Tanner, the running back, behind Hamilton. Looking left all the way. Lets it fly, throws it under nail. He's got his man.
Got Caden Cox in the middle, he breaks a tackle.
Yep, that was Cox on that catch. And he thought he had a touchdown, but still a really good play. Columbus going to go hurry to the ball. It's a gain of about 17. And it will be inside the 15-yard line up to the 14. Knocking on the door of the Titans with a chance to take a full, big old 2-score lead, possibly more. Running backs to either side. Cox is that wide receiver far side. They'll look this way. On swing press. Pressure comes at him. That is going to definitely be intentional grounding. It's got to go past the line of scrimmage. And they were looking at a wide receiver. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. You can't throw it 100 feet above the wide receiver and say you're throwing it towards the wide receiver.
Looks like they're going to try and talk
They might end up getting this, but he's going to go pick it up. I can tell by his body language. Yep, wave it. Yep, he didn't have another one to wave, but that's what he's about to do. That's a pessimist in me. We'll see. He is talking to coach. He did wave it off. 1 minute to play here in this first quarter.
Wish I had that illustrated rule book right now.
Me too.
It's also a coloring book. It doubles, yeah.
Good.
3 wide receivers far side. This is, 2nd down. It's a typical spread set at the 15-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what the discussion is. The ball was at the 14, and now they're going to reset it. Yeah, it was at the 14-yard line. They had placed it at the 15, so they're going to reset that. It's everybody's first game. We've got our issues going. Officials' first game of the year as well. Players having their problems as well. That's the way it goes. We'll throw this one over. A chance at interception. Going the other way. Going the other way. Anthony Pike going to go on that far side. Rumbling, stumbling across the 40-yard line. All the way up near the 45. He tried to force one in there to Hamilton once again, and this time it bit him as Anthony Pike, stepping in that Mike linebacker spot, takes it back, and the Trojans are back in business.
A lot of credit to Jaden Norris there, bringing pressure off the side. Caused Hamilton to throw an errant throw and right into Pike's arms. Big play for him upcoming, trying to fill that hole that Brecken left.
That defensive line's getting through there and busting through and making some contact too, and they're causing some problems. A moment ago you saw some contact. You had to air that one, and that one caused that interception there. Pressure up front. Now the Trojans need to take something. This could be a chance for some momentum swing here to close out this first quarter. Nigaman will send a man in motion. Handoff Kester. Cut back again, spinning, and then bottled up and finally held down. Good tackle up there for the Titans by Junior Love. That is a great name, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Trojans. So 2nd down and 6 at the 44-yard line. That probably was the last play. Could have been. It's about, I can't look at both of them at the same time, but it's about on time. Play clock and game clock are too close to let wind down. They'll run a play here. Nigaman, straight drop, looking, Throws it underneath. He's got Harris. Oh, nearly intercepted, but incomplete. Went right through the hands of Bo and nearly picked up by Cox, but it falls incomplete. That will stop the clock here. We'll get one more play in this first quarter.
That was one of the concerns coming into this year, is losing Wyatt Foley last year. Hoping to have another guy to fill that spot. It looks like Bo Harris might be that guy for Luke.
Get out there and make a catch, though. We've had 2 of those big plays that have gone through guys' hands, and that's, again, just pretty typical early on. 30.2 seconds on the clock here in this first quarter. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Rolling again. Kester, good block to seal it. Plenty of time. Gets a shoulder square through the hands of Harris. A little too much mustard on that one, perhaps, and that will be a 4th down, and that's how we'll go to the end of the first. Trojans down by 9 here on the road. We're back after 1 minute on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crocan.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Punt by Nigaman, going to be a little short. And it will give the Titans decent field position here after getting a stop. Again, another promising opportunity. The interception by Anthony Pike, and then Trojans had pretty good field position. Got into a passing situation there and weren't able to connect. So far, we've seen both teams kind of drive stop by incomplete passes early in possessions, and then they're not able to overcome that.
So if you see someone walking around selling tickets, get yours now.
Start this second quarter. 9-0 your score. Again, we'll get that fixed here in just a little bit. Hamilton, straight drop, looking to his right. Throws it, and it is bobbled and incomplete on the intended pass there for Cole Minor. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. They're gonna, at a time, one of the benefits, too, of having a team with some experience is calming. You can relax. You don't necessarily – we might be a little anxious up here thinking about being in a 9-point deficit, but the Trojans, with all this experience on the field, should be able to handle. And defensively, if you can keep you in the game, you'll have your shots. Turn, handoff, and brought down after a gain of about 5 on the play after the handoff to Tanner. And it'll bring up another 3rd down. I think another big opportunity here for the Trojans. Get off the field, get your offense back in there. We've seen some things from the offense, and if they all come together on a series, they'll certainly be able to put one together. 3rd down and 5 and a half. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Saporito tight, closest to the line of scrimmage. Hamilton with Tanner right behind him. Rolling. Plenty of time. Now pressure coming. Pizarro's given pressure, and he throws it away. And that is the end of that drive. It'll bring up a 4th down. Pizarro showed up a couple of times so far. Coach talked about him when I interviewed him earlier this week. And another one of those guys is going to try to take advantage of his opportunity. Maybe didn't see the field a ton last year. Now, when I asked him who are some guys that, we don't know that we may know by the end of the season, he was one of the guys he mentioned. Anthony Pike was another one. They both showed up here today in this one. And a timeout going to be called by the officials. Not sure why. Trojans take that timeout. We'll take it along with them. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Line.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Fourth down in a punting situation here for the Titans. Again, maybe some personnel there. That's why we had to call a timeout. Another good punt for the Titans. It's actually not as good as I thought. It was closer to us than expected. That's going to go out near midfield. We'll see where they get that spot. That's tremendously gracious. Where are we at? Keep coming. No, faster. Keep on coming. There we go. Yep, a little more. What do you think? It's close? He likes it. Murph likes it. I like it. It'll start at the 42-yard line here, 10:57. I think this is an opportunity for the Trojans. This drive is a big one. Get this thing back to kind of even kill. That safety will take care of itself if the offense gets going and puts together the plays that they've had success with. Wide receiver far side, wide receiver near side is Moore. That seam route will come back again. Kester directly behind Nigaman. Turn, handoff, quick hitter, nope, pitch it. Open field, and Davidson's got some green grass. He goes across midfield. Man, able to get off of that one, and he is Gandhi. It'll be a cross midfield, inside Titan territory, up near the 50-yard line, just across it. It's a gain of 8 on that play for Davidson. Nifty little play.
You ready for a baseball reference?
Yeah.
Right. You throw first pitch fastball all game, and then you can come with about the 4th or 5th inning, throw a curveball. They pounded the middle, and guess what? Opens that outside up.
Yep, lulled them to sleep.
And hopefully it comes again. Nearly a big hitter. Second down and 2. Turn, handoff, Kester. Backside going forward. He's going to drag a defender. Never goes down on first contact. Able to get a gain of about 3, and that'll move the chains for the Trojans.
For no bigger than Alex really is, he is an animal when you put the pads on him.
He looks all right out there right now, and he has had a pretty good first quarter. He's had his opportunities. That's a pretty stout little defensive line there for the Titans. They've been tough. That O-line, kind of a stalemate in the running game so far. Both sides. Wide receiver near side is Damon. Harris goes in motion. Handoff, Kester. Across the 45, up near the 42, maybe 43-yard line. A good gain on first down. And it'll bring up a second down and about 6 for the Trojans.
And one thing we haven't talked much about, first game, how is the stamina?
The what? Yeah.
You did like that word?
Yeah, that's a good one. So far, so good. Lucky it wasn't 1,000 degrees at kickoff either. Yes. It was kind of nice. Pretty humid turn. A little bit of a bobble there in the middle, kind of at that mesh point on the first carry, I believe, of the night for the Trojans. Christian Taylor. And
looks like they're just trying to build that chemistry with Luke and his other running backs, because it's going to be hard for Alex to go both ways and carry the rock every single play. So good thing to get him started now.
And he turned it, handed off, then got into him a little bit. That timing maybe just a hair off. Now a third down, a big one. Probably 2 down territory for the Trojans. We'll see. 2 wide receivers near side. Davidson is in the slot. Taylor behind him again. He's got some running room. A first down across the 30, up near the 30-yard line, rather. It'll bring up a first down, and it's a gain of 11 on the play for Taylor, and that was a big old hole on the near side.
That was great blocking. It looked like Columbus expected a passing play there with that wide open set, but came up, snuck around him with Christian Taylor. Good run there.
From the 31-yard line.
First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Taylor stays in there at the tailback. Nigaman, turn. Give it to him. Not much there, but he's able to break off another and spin forward. There was a ton of contact. That's probably about a loss of 1, and Taylor's able to turn it into a gain of 3. Nice hard, maybe 4. A real good hard run for Taylor.
Just refusing to go down on first contact.
Second down and 4. It's a good drive so far for the Trojans.
First quarter's over.
First quarter's over, that's right. It wasn't a good one. 9 points scored by the Titans, including one off a safety, and the other points came off after a fumble by the Trojans on a bad snap. 2 wings, Harris in motion. Nigaman trying to find a spot. There just wasn't anything there. Might have been a hold to the backside, but everything was coming to the near side. It's going to be a big loss on that one of about a yard and a half, and to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Again, you're probably in 2-down territory at this point.
I don't think probably.
Humble's over there wanting to kick it.
We're probably 5 or 10 yards away from Humble yet, aren't we?
Yeah, but he's thinking he can. Any kicker thinks they can for right now.
But Garrett Humble is a wonderful weapon for Philpott to have in his back pocket,
Yes,
that's
sir.
for sure.
Play clock running down. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They'll get it off. Rolling. Gets outside the pocket, lets it fly. He's got it thrown over the middle. Trying that route again to Harris. I thought he might have had Davidson over there, flooding everything to the far side, but pretty good coverage by the Titans to bring up a 4th down. A big one here for the Trojans.
Columbus bringing pressure off the edge. Once again, not giving Luke much time to throw, forcing him to go to that reliable guy that he knows, Harris, trying to get him a pass.
So a big 4th down. What's Coach Philpott got up his sleeve here in this one? 29-yard line. Titan fans trying to get fired up here. Fourth down and 7. Play clock's at 4. Looking. Throws it underneath, slips it to Harris, and he's going to be hit and brought down. Never even had a chance to get to the first down markers. A lot of pressure again coming up the middle, and it'll be a turnover on downs by the Trojans.
With that,
yeah, go ahead.
With that pressure coming off the outside, there was no real chance for those routes to develop deeper to get past that first down line. Had to go to Harris right away, hope he could break a tackle or something.
Unable to do that, it turns it over on downs. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Titans from their own 28-yard line. 6:51 to play in this second quarter. Trojans down 9-0. Hamilton under center. Turn, handoff, midget, and barrel back in the backfield. Nice play. Adam Shireman gets there along with Anthony Pike. You like it when those two can meet at the running back in the backfield. A loss of 2 to bring up a 2nd down and 12. Drake Kotzman stands out. 6'5", 365, man. Try to move that dude. That's a nice nose there to make you think about running anywhere but there. 2 wide receivers near side. Hamilton again under center. Everyone to try to run it. Maybe some play action. Throw it down the field. At a guy. Another good play by Brooks. Right in his hip pocket. Really well done. Again, Brooks is coming in. He has not played a ton at free safety. That was another position that the Trojans were trying to replace, and not really replace. The alternative is Luke Nigaman there, and you don't necessarily want your quarterback playing on defense if you don't have to, especially one the caliber of Nigaman. And so, giving Brooks a chance to play that safety, and so far he has met the expectations Coach had for him. Another nice play there in the secondary. 3rd down and 12. Hamilton will go back in the shotgun this time. Midget behind him. Straight drop. Pressure starts to come. He escapes. And he'll be brought down. That may have been a called draw. It's not going to be quite enough. It'll bring up a 4th down and likely a punting situation, which will bring up a really important drive, I think, for the Trojans here.
Yeah, Norris did a wonderful job coming in at the linebacker untouched. Whether that was a called draw, he forced him to tuck that ball in.
A lot of times the draw is a good play call into a blitz because they go running right past you, but able to break down and make some contact and stop the play. And again, 4th down, they're going to line up like they're going to go for it. This is ill-advised.
Awful early.
They're going to run it on 4th down. Oh, in the last minute, touch by Davidson. Got a hand on it. That was almost a catch out there to Cox. A real questionable call by Coach Burns. And excellent field position for the Trojans on a turnover for Downs. We're back in business.
In our own territory.
That was questionable, certainly, that deep. I don't know if he thought he had the right play. He did have the right play call. Davidson just able to get enough air and catch the tip of that ball. If it makes it over, and maybe it is a catch, luckily for the Trojans, it is not now. The Girard has to take advantage of this one. 5:20 to play in this first half, down by 9.
Yeah, it's awful early in the game, BJ, but I do believe this could be very important offensive possession.
More to the near side. Kester behind Nigaman. Davidson in motion. Turn. Handoff Kester. Hole on the left side. Alex, I like to see him just keep working to the outside. Keep your direction. Too much going backwards here in this one. He gets a little contact. He kind of gets going that direction. It's a good way to get a couple extra yards, but it's not the best way to get 15 extra yards. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eyes downfield. Keep your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and bounce off those tackles. But still able to get 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Spirit Squad, so stick around for that, and also performance by the Titan Marching Band.
Just under 5 to play here in the first half. All kinds of movement. Caleb Scales to the near side. 2 dudes go in motion. Can't do that. They'll run it. And they had a switch, and when they made that switch, the play call then became the other guy was motioning, and they didn't catch that, I'm guessing, because they were lined up on the wrong side or opposite sides, and so both guys went in motion, and I think you take this one, Coach. Yeah. That'll back them up 5. So they'll go 5 yards and brings up a 2nd down and 15. It shouldn't be 15. It should be 2nd down and 13. It was 2nd and 8.
It's a 7-yard penalty.
That's a 7-yard penalty. Yep. The old 7-yard. If you give up 2 the first time, all 5-yard penalties become 7-yard penalties. 2 wide receivers the far side. Davidson in motion. They'll swing it out there to him. Leads him just a little bit. Stays on the feet. He's got some running room. Just tripped up. Nice play by Cox. Cox has been a pretty good one for them so far here in this one. And Ethan makes up the 2 yards that were given away. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 here for 3rd down and 13 rather for the Trojans.
Still believe we're in 4-down territory.
I don't know. I think Humble can kick it this far.
Yeah. Try the old drop kick. You can kick that from here. 1 to the near side, 2 to the far side. 3rd down and 13. Play action. Time. Throws it. Wanted Scales, and Scales not able to get that one. He was in position just a little too far in front of him. Brings up 4th down. I would say from both these teams, offensive identity has yet to be established. We think what we think we are, but nobody knows what they are yet. And that's pretty, typical of the first game. But both teams are trying some different stuff and has varying degrees of success. What does Coach have drawn up here on a 4th and 13?
Still just 9-0.
Call a timeout. Yep, 9-0 your score right on time. 3:35 to play in the first half. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live, presented by Croc-Am.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
.335 to play in this first half. Trojans down by 9 with the football, but on a 4th down and 13, maybe 14 yards. What do we have? Upper sleeve. Nigaman rolling. He's got time. He'll have a chance to survey. He loads it underneath for Harris. Sliding. It's going to be close. Is it enough for a first down? He was going to the ground. Neither official was quite where they were. Looking across. It is a first down for the Trojans. They started moving the chains, and they did move them. That was real close, and a sliding grab by Bo Harris. Good protection up front by the O-line. Gave Luke time to survey, and he just found a hole in the defense. A big first down on a 4th and 13 for the Trojans to keep this drive alive. Turn, handoff, Kester. Picking his way through. Man nearly makes it through that first level. Not a lot of help after that. Able to drag defenders again, a gain of 4 to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Big play on 4th down, boys.
Yeah, huge.
Under 3 to play now here in this first half.
Got to get a score here of any caliber.
2nd down and 6. Trojans taking their time, not need to be in a hurry here. Plenty of time on the clock to do what you need to do. Scales to the near side, more to the far side. Wings are Harris and Davidson. Turn, handoff, pitch. Harris cuts back inside. Got to bounce out, trying to, and rip down. Boy, just had a little dive to the inside. Didn't quite get that guy to bite. If he does, he's walking to the end zone. But a good play defensively for the Titans to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
The handoff.
It was there.
Yeah, the fake handoff up the middle there got the cameraman to bite on it.
Yep. Early, Murph. It's early. 3rd down and 7. Hard count, free 5. And it stops the clock. That's 2 of those in this game and came at very crucial points. This is a good one to get it from a 3rd down and 7 to a 3rd down and 2. The play calls, that's probably one of the starker difference in a playbook from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2. You almost change books.
Yeah, now everything's open.
Pretty much. Some misdirection here with score. Columbus has been pretty aggressive defensively. They've sent guys oftentimes. Those DNs are crashing hard. Minute 47 to play in the first half. Trojans and the Titans. Turn, pitch it again outside for Davidson. He's got a gap to the end zone. I'm 5 yards shy. Up to the 5-yard line. I've been 5 yards off on that half of the field all night. Maybe I just was willing a touchdown there, but it was a nice run nonetheless by Ethan Davidson. A really good play call and able to get there. And now the Trojans knocking on the door again. 90 seconds yet to play here in the first half. And that's going to force Columbus to take a timeout. Coach Burns throws a headset down. First game, first half, up by 9, headset goes off. That's pace yourself, Coach. Minute 27 to play in this one, and a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. Girard National Bank halftime show, GN Bank halftime show coming up in just a little bit as the Trojans down by 9 here at halftime. On the road here at Columbus. And Girard, high expectations coming to the season. Probably a little bit of that pressure playing a factor in the first part of this one. We'll talk more about that on the halftime show as well. While we're doing this, do want to tell you, once again, Trojans and Girard community stepped up huge to support Girard Sports Live. We really appreciate it. My wife and I continue to be amazed by the support we get in Girard. And obviously these guys working hard and traveling all year long. So thankful once again for the support, thankful to be able to do it. And flagship station of 8 broadcasts live streaming right now across eastern Kansas. So feeling pretty good about that. I hope there's 8 broadcasts going on across the state of Kansas.
Well, I know where there's one.
There's one. I know where there's 2, actually.
Right.
And in the event something happens, Columbus Sports Live is going well. So over next door to us. Minute 27 to play in this first half again. Scales a wide receiver to the far side, more to the near side. Watch that route across the back of the end zone, perhaps. No, more of Kester trying to pound it in there. And it'll be a couple of yards. It'll bring up a second down and goal. Not a bad play on first down and a goal from the 5. They gave him not much, maybe a yard.
You know what? 4 times 1 equals?
No.
4. We only needed 4. So we're all right.
Got to do it a couple more times here. Second down and 4. Turn, handoff, Kester. More than one there. Falling forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Alex Kester rewarded for the hard work he's put on in the first half, diving inside for a 4-yard touchdown plunge, and the Trojans are on the board for the first time tonight.
Looked like the offensive line was able to give a good push there, but there's a flag now.
It just came out. I think it might be against. Not sure, actually. It was a significantly late flag. And if they are going to line up to go for 2, if it's against the Titans, and it is, this makes things a little easier. But they will just keep it as a PAT. Now Coach Philpott wants to think about it, maybe perhaps.
Yeah, I think
he wants to take it on the kickoff.
Right, wants to take it on the kickoff.
Yeah. So the Trojans chance to pull to within 2 here.
With this new fancy camera, see if I can't get the goalpost and the kicker all in one here.
You can. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up. Little wobbly and
no good.
No good. 9-6 your score, 52.9 seconds to play in this first half. The Trojans are on the board. Talk about it next when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
.52 seconds to play here. First half, Trojans able to get on the board on this last offensive possession.
You wonder if they're going to try an onside kick here or something, because either way they're going to have good field position on this.
He's lining up for a traditional style, but we will see. And he'll try to put it through the uprights. I think it was supposed to be a little more of a pooch kick based on what Garrett's reaction, body language after he kicked that one. A little more to try to keep it in bounds. Alas, it will come out, and that's where the Titans, we'll see. Again, the Titans offensively have been pretty aggressive here in this game. They've taken a couple of shots, including the very first play of the game on a 9-ball all the way down the field. But
yeah, and had a help of a pass interference call.
Looks like Hamilton's going to roll out. He's going to throw it. It's an incomplete pass on the sideline.
Pass intended to number 8.
Oh boy, take over that play-by-play. When you've done a ball game almost every Friday for 21 years and your wife calls you during a ball game, you think something's wrong, and all it was is to tell me that the score wasn't right on my broadcast.
Well, your wife calls you answer. That's a good man.
That's right.
Hi, Leslie. I'm glad you're watching.
Second down and 10 here for the Titans. 46 seconds to play in the first half. Titans don't want to leave too much time on the clock. I think the Trojans are down to just one timeout. Hamilton trying to wiggle his way out there. Nice run, his best of the game from the quarterback spot. Could be just shy of a first down. And they will not have to snap the ball again if they do not choose to. I'll line up and run at least one more here. If they do, if you're the Trojans, you use that last timeout, especially if you get a stop here. You do call timeout. There it is.
Well, I guess they didn't get the timeout call. Clock's still running.
Yep. I thought they were going to call a timeout. Make them punt this ball. There it is. So timeout taken.
I thought
not the 5 minute mark. But
yeah, I thought I saw Philpott signaling for timeout around 16 seconds, but
nah, he waited till about 5 and then started. I just think he didn't want to leave any time on the clock at the end. If you have a little bit more time there, you maybe think you get the ball back and have at least one play, but it kind of was in the middle there on how much time you indeed would have to do something. Then you get the ball back, you try to make one play, and that's a bad play, and then everybody gets to question that. So.
Yep, you get a chance at a return here possibly, and then nothing else for the opposing team. So I like this call by Philpott.
Yeah, and I think a punt block would be a good to put on here as well possibly, with 2.8 seconds to play. We'll see what they decide to do.
Well, if I'm Columbus, I might just run around as the punter and eat 2 seconds off.
That's a good play, too. Lots of options here for these two teams. We'll see what happens. Our bottom line is it's been a pretty good stalemate, pretty good ball game so far. Each team's had mistakes. The Trojans certainly lead in that category. And if you've had the mistakes they've had in the first half and you're only down by 3, you feel pretty good about things, honestly.
Coaches get paid for halftime adjustments.
Yeah. And players never pay attention to them.
I did.
I'm sure you had lots of adjustments to make. Right?
Yeah, I did.
I never had to make any adjustments at halftime.
Right. I had whether I stood on one side of the sideline or if I went down and stood closer to the coaches.
You needed whether it was this clap deal or it was the other clap deal.
Yeah.
Hey guys, that first clap thing's not getting us. We need to get louder. You know.
Only time I got hurt on a football field was when they tackled somebody out of bounds and rolled up my leg.
Well, safety first over there. They are going to run a play. I think pretty well called it there, essentially. The same plan. Pressure coming up the middle. They'll let it fly. Throw that 9 ball. Yeah. Not much there, and that'll be the end of. That'll be the end of the first half. The Trojans and the Titans locked up in a pretty good one here. 9-6 is your score at halftime. 9-6 is the score for this one as the Trojans trail by 3. We'll figure out what happened in the first half, and we'll tell you all that great analysis of what should happen in the second half when we return on the GM Bank Halftime Show in 3 minutes. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans! You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Back out here at halftime here in Columbus on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you. Alongside me, Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod. As we are at halftime of this with the Girard Trojans trailing 9-6 here at halftime. Here's how we got to where we are as we take a look at it in our Canard Eye Care Eye on the Game. Thanks to the support from their community. Canard Eye Care now has locations in Pittsburgh and Girard. Stop by there and see them, and they'll make sure you can see the game clearly at Canard Eye Care. Learn more at canardeyecare.com. Well, the Trojans, all things started with a big play to begin things by the Titans, a 9-ball to get the game going, and then that was a lot of fire, and then a lot of defense after that. A safety in the first quarter on a punt over the head of Nigaman was one of the big plays that made it a 2-0 game. Then the Titans taking advantage of a fumble. Not long after that, they turned that into another 7 points, 9-0 at one point. But the Trojans able to take advantage of their own momentum swing late in the first half. They punch one in the waning minutes of the first half. Missed the PAT, make it 9-6, and that's how we got to where we are here, 9-6. To bring in Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod. And Jess, first of all, that first half, you got a chance to see the Trojans all year long. That's not the typical mistakes that we saw throughout last year's 10-1 season. The only good part about it is mistakes can be fixed.
Exactly, BJ. That's not the team we watched play last year. But like we talked about it, maybe a little bit of jitters, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But overall, they didn't play very good in that first half, and they're only down 3 scores.
Right.
So everything's fine. I'm sure I've got a few texts from my daughter, maybe someone else, like, Dad, you said these boys are going to be really good. They are. Yeah. It's early. First half, first game, we're fine.
We'll see what kind of adjustments they do make. If you're watching that first half, Daryl, the Trojans, again, it's just mistakes, so you still think the things that you thought you could do are probably still there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about building that chemistry. I mean, it's the first half of the season. Obviously, they had those jitters, like Jess said over there, but it's really just about building that chemistry with the line and the running backs and the receivers, because right now it looks like the passing game's a little bit off, and sometimes the running game with the linemen are a little bit off, but I think they'll build it, and probably towards the end of this game have a good game going.
One of the things I talked to Coach about in our pregame interview was most of these kids are 3-sport athletes, or at least 2-sport athletes. They played travel ball. They played on basketball teams that have qualified for state tournaments. They played 11 games last year. This group of kids probably has more reps in competition than maybe any kids that play sports these days, or back when we played, we didn't get as many chances to play. And so with that said, competition breeds opportunities to be against adversity and how you handle that adversity. And so hopefully that's something that will play into the second half as well. We're at halftime of this one, the Trojans and the Titans. Titans, I think, probably feel pretty good about where they're at, and so likewise only up by 3. But they feel like they probably have accomplished a few of the things they set out to do, and that was one, make the Trojan offense work for it. We'll see what adjustments are made in the second half. We'll come back. We'll take a look at our halftime stats when we return here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Back out once again on the GM Bank halftime show. B.J. Harris, Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod as the Trojans trail 9-6 here on the road at Columbus. Obviously, this first game of the year, very important. Next week, Trojans get to go to the friendly confines of Frank Jameson Field and take on the Colgan Panthers. That was, for years, that was the traditional kickoff classic on a Thursday night. Now you get a chance to get them in week 2. And also for years, that was a pretty lopsided rivalry that hopefully has kind of turned a little different. But it would certainly have a little different tone if the Trojans are 0-1 or 1-0. And they're going to get to determine that here in this second half, guys, as we talk about this second half. Thoughts? Any additional questions or concerns for the Trojans, or just kind of run out here and, you talked about halftime adjustments. You spent all year, summer, and preseason planning to do that first half. So you'd think that was pretty well thought out. There may not be as many adjustments necessarily as to just execute what we had planned, because I'm not sure if the play calls weren't necessarily not there. It was just execution.
Right. I mean, they practice either against air or their second squad scout team. They haven't seen the physicality of a Columbus Titans defense.
Right.
So now they get to see it. They witnessed it firsthand. There again, Mercer Homer. I like the Trojans.
Shocking take. That's good. Trojans will be on offense to begin this thing as well. Whenever we get the ball back, the Trojans will be. They want a picture of you.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just so
what
handsome.
Chop liver. Don't you cut me out of this. I was once on staff with the Trojan Tribune. Don't you know? They don't want you to pose, is what's happening. Turn it right here, and they're getting a picture of. Look at this guy. He's been on the air for one half of football. He's already got a picture getting taken of him.
They don't want me to pose, though, I guess.
Yeah, and they're on camera.
Just act natural.
Act natural. I don't know what to do with my hands, Ricky Bobby.
Don't start me on the Ricky Bobby quotes.
Trojans and the Titans. Trojans got a little work to do, but not quite as much as they had in the first half. Halftime stats are en route. We're training a little bit on some stat taking, but throughout the season, those are going to be brought to you by our friends at Hometown Girard. The stats only tell half the story. Get the full story in Thursday's edition of the Hometown Girard. Be sure to subscribe online at hometowngerard.com. Halftime stats brought to you by those folks here. Kick it away to start this second half. Second half kickoff like the first, brought to you by Lorette Ceramics. Far side return by Kester. Trojans are going to house a couple kickoffs this season between those two guys getting returns. If Ethan Davidson just gets a little bit of a window, a few people in the CNC are going to be able to track him down. That time Kester able to get a good return up near the 30, just across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. And that's where this one will start. 11:54 to play in this first quarter. First down and 10 from the 27. Damon, the wide receiver, to the near side. Scales to the far side. Davidson goes in motion. Turn, handoff. Kester, big hole. Kester in some open room. Off the block of Scales. Trying to fall forward. He is rocked from behind. Able to get up and pop up off the ground, but it is a nice pickup there of 17 yards on first down up across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Big hole.
Like you said, on the kickoffs, it can happen on the handoffs too. Both of those guys are lightning in a bottle. Like I said earlier, they can strike one at any time.
First down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Wide receivers to both sides, wings to both sides. They'll tighten Damon down near the line of scrimmage. Davidson in motion, turn, handoff, another one for Kester, another big hole across the 40 into open field, and he brought down at the 35-yard line. Another doozy, a 21-yard gain. 21-yard gain by Kester up to the 34-yard line, and the Trojans are in business. Feed the beast.
Hat on a hat at the mesh point.
I think they're starting to click now, the offensive line. Hopefully they got their stuff together at halftime.
First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. Just a little more pop and a little more, look at them go to the line of scrimmage. A little more tightness perhaps. Another big run, and somebody got a full face full of 12 there, as well as a lead blocker out there for the Trojans. Those wings able to get out there, and Bo Harris, I believe, right in the mix as that lead blocker. It's a gain of 6. And Kester's certainly eclipsed his first half rushing totals already here in the first 3 carries of this second half. Tight end near side is Moore. Davidson the wing, and Harris. Kester behind Nigaman. He'll send Davidson in motion. Turn, handoff again with Kester. Another cutback. More running room. Dragging defenders across the 5. Looking for the goal line. He fumbled it. It went to the ground. And they may say he's down. What do they say? So somebody has to say something. That's why the guys out there in striped shirts are on the field to explain what happened. First down.
Called him down.
They called him down. Oh, that was real close. That ball came down as well, but luckily he's able to keep that one. My goodness, I was ready to give a good call, and then he fumbled the ball late. That goes out the back of the end zone. It's a moot point, but another big run. And that is, you better give it to 12, because he's had all 5 carries. This will be number 5 right here. Turn, handoff, 12, running into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Alex Kester all the way. Alex Kester just had a 63-yard drive all on his own. Not hard to figure up his total yardage there. Nope. Exactly 63 yards of rushing on that one drive for Kester, as he had all 5 carries, including the 2-yard plunge to score. And the Trojans are on top for the first time tonight. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up, and that one looked a lot truer for Garrett Humble, and it looked good from a long, long, long ways away as well. 10:18 to play in this third quarter. The Trojans are on top for the first time in 2022. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live, presented by Croc-In.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Humble to tee it up here for the Trojans. Kick it away. Girard leading for the first time tonight, now 13-9. Drive. The return man to the far side, Saporito, and he is going to be gobbled up by a host of Trojans. Leading the charge, Joel Jubber. 6'2", 170, the junior. That was another one of those guys I said, I talked earlier about Pizarro. Joel Jubber was another one that Coach mentioned. As playing that, call him a spur position on the line, on the defense. It's outside linebacker.
They make up a lot of different positions nowadays, don't they?
Different names. In fact, the direct quote from Coach was, we call it a spur, and I'm not sure why. I think it was something that they had it called something else, and nobody could understand what it was, so they had to come up with a new name for it. So that's a good adjustment. First down and 10 for the Titans from their own 20, and early movement. Juan Pizarro says it was against them, and it will be a 5-yard penalty. Just in the same way I said earlier that momentum can be dangerous with a team who didn't rule what they were. When things start going bad, then they start realizing or thinking, oh man, we are what we thought we were. Or they, oh no, it's happening again or whatever. And so that mental part of it may start to play a factor here. Hamilton turn, no, he'll wing it. Little swing pass out to the far side. And well played by the Trojans on that far side. Escorted out of bounds. Again, we've talked about him a couple of times here tonight, but Christian Taylor on offense was making some plays. Now defensively escorts him out of bounds.
Gain of about 3 yards with 2nd and 12.
Could you tell some of those guys who hadn't had a ton of playing time were a little more jazzed up in the hallways maybe?
Oh, for sure.
For that first Friday night lights?
Guys like Joel Jubber and Pike, they were hardly talking today because of how nervous they were.
Second down and 12. It's actually a loss of 2 on the play. 9:28 to go, third quarter. A good one here tonight in Columbus. Turn, handoff, Midget. Hasn't had the ball much tonight. This time he does. Big break out there, and he's knocked out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Brooks, but not before a gain of 15 on the play, and it's enough for a first down.
Tackle by number 1, Ethan Brooks.
So that's the first time really we've seen a big breakout from Jasper Tanner. That was Jasper Tanner that had that one. I said Midget was Tanner. And that's
First and 10 from the 31-yard line.
And hitting the backfield. Kotzman gets a little contact out of Pike's coming up there to make a play as well. And then those guys submarine. Brooks.
Tackle by number 50, Anthony Pike.
Jaden Norris coming in there as well. It's a loss of 1 on the play. That front nine's starting to get a little more feisty too, a little more aggressive perhaps.
Gain on play, second and 12.
Going to bring up a second down and 12 for the Titans.
Second and 12 for the Titans.
I can count on one hand the nights in that first game where I've been a tad bit chilly. Not very many times. 2 wide receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Hamilton going to throw it, lets his guys, got him out there. Good open field tackle on that far side by Ethan Davidson. That's what you got to have out on that island, make a play.
He breaks that tackle there, and he has a chance to go for a long way. So it's a great athletic play by Ethan Davidson to make that tackle, because that's not an easy tackle either.
Still a 5-yard gain, but it'll bring up a third down and 8. Third down and 8. Chance to take full advantage of the momentum swing for the Trojans. It started all the way back at the end of the second quarter. Ooh! Makes a nice play. He is hit by Brooks, but holds on to it. Nice one for the Titans. Landon Midget making that play. I mentioned him a moment ago, and he's a little banged up.
Tackle by number 1, Ethan Brooks.
Yep. You'll see a collective concern from this crowd. This is a guy who last year
That pass is good enough for a Columbus Titan. First down.
perhaps cramps based on the way he was walking, and hopefully that is the case. A guy who coming back hadn't had all year, so injury timeout. We'll go ahead and take it. We're back in 30 seconds on Girard Sports Live, presented by Croc-Am.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Midget primarily just cramps. It looks like they're going to get over the sidelines and stretch. It is enough for a first down, however, as they move the chains on the catch. He got rocked from behind, but able to hold on for a gain of 8. You guys want to talk too?
Yeah.
Straight drop for Hamilton. Let it put it up, load up, throw it down. Another good coverage there from Davidson, right where you need to be. That is textbook coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your corner. Head turned around towards the ball, running step for step with the receiver. That, like you said, is textbook.
Columbus not afraid to go deep, are they?
No, they won't. He's got the arm to do it. That's
Yes.
really, I mean, he loads up and lets that thing rip. Hamilton, big, strong. He's one of the biggest guys on the field out there at quarterback. A lot of expectations for him as well. It brings up a second down and 10. I'm not a big fan of throwing like that on first down. Second down's pretty important, though, and they're making a good play there for Tanner. Jasmine Tanner. Kester cramping as well. 'Tis the season. It is cool, but it was humid. It's been humid. These guys had a couple weeks of pretty good weather for practice, too, early on in the season. Then it got pretty not good. And now those cramps, so they start to come. They don't stop coming in a game either. And now your guy that just carried the ball 5 times in a row. And back to your point you don't necessarily want him playing as much defense if he doesn't have to. Maybe some of that.
Yeah, it's a hard decision to decide whether or not he's more valuable on offense or defense. So I guess we'll see what they'll do with him now that he's getting cramped up. So hopefully he can come back, though.
Comes down to numbers, BJ. You can line up 11 on 11, but it takes all 40, 50 kids on the sideline to make a team.
Sure, absolutely. Spoken as someone who has spent a lot of time on the sideline.
Amen.
3rd down, good push out front. That's just mano a mano. Trojans honestly held pretty tough, but they had too many guys. The numbers did not benefit the Trojans in that one as a cacophony of men on the floor. They're just going to unstack them.
I don't know what to call it. We used to call that a dog pile.
Dog pile.
Probably a spur pile or something now.
It is enough for a 1st down. Now to move the chains inside the 40. This is one of the most sustained drives the Titans have had here tonight. They took advantage of their scores have come off a safety with a punt, bad snap that went over the punter's head, and then again taking advantage of a short field on a fumble. So they haven't had to. Yeah, that center just picked up the ball. 1st down and 10. Fumble. They got it. That never left the center's hand, I'm not sure. Went to grab it, and Jaden Norris jumps on top of it. And just as that momentum was shifting, the Trojans have a turnover and a mishandle there by, and I'm not sure, maybe there was something wrong with the ball because the center did go down there and grab it. You're not supposed to do that. You can't pick it up. And he picked it up and moved it, and then he set it back down, and then it never really left the ground. Well, we'll take it. Trojans going to have a turnover here, and now you hope your number 12 is done with his cramps. Try to feed him. Looks like Taylor will come back in here and see what he can do. Based on the push and based on some of those holes that Kester was able to get through, it may not matter who's in that backfield.
Right, we saw Taylor carry the rock a handful of times that first half and done just fine.
7:02 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Trojans up by 6 after trailing by as many as 9 here in this game. Turn handoff. There's Taylor. He'll fall forward for maybe 1.
That's number 48.
Tripped up, some submarine action there underneath by those D linemen. Titans. Carter Henry, 5'10 sophomore. 5'10", 245-pound sophomore. Number 50 out there has been a problem for the Trojans. That's actually the area you need to be watching because I don't watch the O-line as much. I got to watch the ball. Here goes. Turn, handoff again. Taylor cut back against the grain. And this time it's 59 in on the action. Big fella. That is Jake Eddington. He's one of their big leaders here. 5'10", 280, a senior. And they'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. And back to a little bit of a stalemate. The Trojans aren't able to capitalize here on this turnover.
Yeah, like you said, watching the O-line, that first drive they came out looked like they had a fire to them. Open up that left side for Alex to run through. Going to need to get that started again.
Scales to the far side, Damon to the near side. 2 wings, and Bigman that short pistol set. Turn, straight drop. He has time over the middle. He's got his man. Just airmailed it a little bit. He had Damon running down the seam. He actually had 3 guys out there. But it's incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down in a punting situation here for the Trojans. So 4th down in a punting situation. Niggman will stay on to punt it away. Back to receive it is Saporito inside his 15-yard line. Good snap. He'll get a good boot into this one. Kind of a line drive. Saporito will have a chance to return from his own 12. Cuts back against the grain. Harris butts down. Nice open field tackle there by Bo. That's a nice breakdown. See him chop his feet there right at the end before he decides to attack. You got to keep your feet moving or else they'll cut on you, and you can look real silly out there, but Bo does not. What a nice play. And looked like Saporito might have some open running room. Instead, the Titans will take up deep inside their own territory.
he did a real nice job of setting up his blocker, too.
Yeah.
So Bo just did a wonderful job. And what's Bo's last name, BJ?
I forget sometimes.
Yeah, Harris. Yeah.
One of many.
Cousin.
Yeah. I can name them all. I did it the other day just to see if I could. Hamilton. Coming behind, and then that size. Ball loose! Ball pops out. He bounced back in his hand somehow, I think. Somebody got to behind him, hit him, and fell off of it. That's how strong Hamilton is and hard to bring down. I think that was Scott Moore, and he hit him. Just not able to bring him down. And then that ball, it looked like it was going to bounce backwards. I think it bounced right back into Hamilton's hand.
Looks like fortune played in their hands a little bit there.
There has been a little luck in favor of the Titans at times tonight. Trojans are fighting through a little bad luck earlier tonight. Hopefully they'll overcome it. Wide receiver far side, 2 to the near side. Running backs either side of Hamilton. Turn, handoff. Ball loose again. He fall back on it. Well, there's that lucky play. Well, Rabbits, but it might be a first down, too. No, it's going to be a gain of a yard. And they bring up a 3rd down and an official timeout. Not sure what for.
I think there's a Columbus player with a knee on a knee.
Oh, let her rip. Helmet stuff.
But
4:22 to go here in a little bit of a slugfest in Columbus. Defensive efforts, defense always ahead of offense early in a season, and certainly that is the case here in this one.
Big test for the Trojan defense.
3rd down and 3. Kotzman right over the ball. In the heart of that defense. Get a push, and they do. They stopped them. They did not get a first down, and now you'll have another decision to make here for the Titans. They have gone for it on 4th down and about this field position. It did not end well. And it is only going to be a gain of about a yard. And it brings up 4th down and a long one here for Columbus. See what Coach Burns has up his sleeve. Again, Kotzman did not get in on that play, but just taking up that space inside there and allowing those DNs to come down and make the play. And it was just a stalemate at the point of attack.
And take up space he does in that middle.
They are going to go for it again. They may not have a punter. I don't know. 4th down and 1 inside the 30. Passing. Pressure coming. Trying to escape. Still coming. Still escaping. And he does. Hamilton able to get it. He's upended. And just sometimes there's just too much field out there. Davidson able to make the tackle, but it's a nice scramble for about 6 or 7, and it'll be a first down for the Titans. Keeps the drive alive. And that might be Hamilton.
Yeah, it looks like Hamilton's down.
So an injury on the field. He did get chopped out from underneath him a little bit when they made that play. So injury on the field, we'll take it. We're back in 1 minute on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crockett.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Hamilton limping to the sidelines, but thankfully able to get there under his own power. He kind of shook off the help about halfway through walking over, and may not see him again today, but he is walking and seems to be like he'll be okay. Are you hurt or are you injured? That's the question. 3:06 to play here in this third quarter. Looks like the quarterback, I believe, is going to go in. It will be Jack Valela. Number 10 came off the bench. Valela, a 6-foot sophomore, going to take snaps. He'll have full house backfield with Tanner the deep back. Running backs to either side. Wide receiver near side is Cox. Valela coming near side. The host of Trojans there. Anthony Pike coming in hard. Scott Moore setting the edge, and Taylor's there as well. The Trojans. A nice defensive play right there.
If you're the Trojans here, you almost wonder if you can just key off on the run because you don't know if coach is going to trust the quarterback. Oh, it looks like Hamilton's coming back on. I stand corrected.
Not out for long. Only missed a play after what looked like he was banged up pretty good over that far sidelines. And it certainly will probably hurt his mobility. He had a big scramble to keep this drive alive. That was last drive. He had a big scramble to keep it alive before they fumbled it away. Straight drop again for Hamilton. Looking, pressure comes, lets it fly, and just out of the reach of his intended wide receiver, Landon Midget. And Midget's back in after having some cramping issues as well. Brings up 3rd down and 11. 2:01 to go here in the third quarter. I got volleyball coming your way on Tuesday, Murph just reminded me. So the volleyball action on Tuesday, and then back at it on Friday with the Trojans hosting Colgan right here on Girard Sports Live. You can keep up to date. We've had some issues social media and technology-wise, but brand new website, varsitysportslive.com. You can find all the broadcasts right there all season long. Rolling out, pressure coming. They got a hold of Hamilton, rocked down in the backfield. Taylor back-to-back plays. Also coming in there, and Pizarro, a little bit of pressure, but back-to-back efforts there by Taylor, and those kids are making the most of that opportunity to get here on their first big Friday night lights.
Yeah, Hamilton's back down injured again, too.
Yeah, ripped down in kind of an awkward fashion as well, so here's hoping. And then, well, oftentimes you get a little banged up, and then you go back out there quickly, it can turn into something worse, and so let's hope for the best. We will see. Another injury timeout, and we'll go ahead. He looks to be getting some stretching. We'll go ahead and take a quick 30. We're back in 30 seconds on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hamilton able to make it off under his own power again. It's a little more gingerly than he did a couple of plays ago, but he will sit out this next one with a punting situation forthcoming, and Trojans are going to give him a free 5 for personnel issues again, and nearly partially blocked, I believe. It'll be fair caught there at the 50-yard line, but I'm guessing they're going to make – I'm guessing the Titans are going to want to kick this one again. That's twice now we've seen personnel on that special teams unit. That particular one, punt return. We also saw the Trojans call a timeout on a special teams play, I believe also on punt return.
Yeah, it looks like that connection on special teams isn't quite there yet, but it's another thing to work on.
On Girard.
That's one of those classics too. That big improvement from week 1 to week 2 is because you do have all this film. Murph, you talked about in the first half about you've been playing against your own team and then you get live fire. Likewise, that gives you an opportunity to make big improvements. So, we talked a lot about halftime adjustments, but those adjustments will happen this week in practice. So it gives them 5 free yards, not a huge infraction necessarily, and it might just give Davidson another crack at it.
That's what I was going to say. If they watch any film from last year, I don't know if I'd want to re-punt to these Trojans.
Different fast. And that was off the side of his foot, and it will be better field position. It's going to be about a 10-yard swing. A 5-yard penalty ends up being a 10-yard benefit for the Trojans. We'll see where they do mark this one down. The white hat left to mark him down. Not even close.
Wow.
I mean, that went out of bounds at the 45. I mean, it was 5 yards out of bounds at the 45. Based on geometry, that would be the 40. I mean, that's a 10 yards. That's 10 yards swing and a difference. I mean, that's how far off that is. Oh boy, that one's going to be hard for me to swallow, Murph.
Well, I got a text message from my boss that said I had to be nice, so.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Director of the Kansas Shrine Bowl probably shouldn't say too much. That was frustrating right there. That was a good 10-yard difference. Pressure coming. Another 8 or so.
Unblocked.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure against that pressure right there. Coming off hot, and it's going to be a loss of 6 on the play to bring up a second down at 16.
Yeah.
The lightning in the bottle we saw on that first drive of the second half has gone away at this point. The Trojans now kind of seem to be up against it just a little bit. Last couple of possessions have not fared well. Need to get back to that same style. Taylor, the running back. Pressure coming again. They'll swing it out there hard. They do have some numbers. Davidson working back. He'll get back the penalty yardage. Or the loss on the big loss on the play, but it will be back to the original line of scrimmage, just shy of it. A gain of about 6, maybe 5. And again, that pressure from 22 on the near side. That pressure coming off from Cole Miner. About got home before that ball got out of Nigaman's hands. And because they've got so much personnel on that side, they're not going to be able to block that guy. So that ball's got to come out on time. Far side is Scales, near side Damon. Wings are Davidson and Harris. Another hard count. Nigaman nearly lost it. Give it a little spin, still able to get it out of his hands. You go watch that on film. That's going to be really neat to watch. But he's able to get a big first down play on 3rd down and 14. That ball was coming out of his hands as he was grabbing it to throw it. And he threw it right on time, right where it needed to be. A gain of 14 on a 3rd down and 11. And the Trojans convert to keep this drive alive. And that's a good way to take some momentum heading into the 4th quarter. The Trojans ended the 1st quarter or the 2nd quarter well and scored to start the 3rd. They end the 4th quarter well. Let's see what they can do when we return in 1 minute on Girard Sports Live, presented by Croc-In.
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Croc-In is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croc-In's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croc-In. If you need to stay connected, you need Croc-In.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Here we go, 4th quarter of action from Columbus. Trojans have come back from a 9-point deficit earlier this evening to have a 6-point lead as we head into the 4th. Another good, hard, strong run by Taylor. Hold on to that ball. People raking at it. He had contact at a yard behind the scrimmage, or a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and able to go across the 35 for a gain of 5. Just some good, hard-nosed running there.
This is what I was curious about before the season started. Who was going to take over for Merrill and getting those dirty yards? And it looks like Christian for right now. Looks like he's being able to take that contact and push forward.
A gain of 5 to bring up a 2nd down and 5. Still just a 1-possession game. In fact, just a little under. Trojans need to put one more on to give them just enough of a gap. The Trojan defense has been very good tonight. 2-score lead would be nice. Another handoff to Taylor. Good contact there at the line of scrimmage for the Titans. A whole host of Titans. One of the guys leading the charge there, Charles Sharp. Roster says his name's Charles. Just saying. Also the big fella, Jake Eddington. He's had a good game for the Titans. Third down, they lost a couple on that one. Brings up 3rd down and 6. Naaman, the wide receiver, near side. In the slot this side is Davidson. Scales the wide out to the far side. Little pop pass, trying to throw it out for Davidson. Get that little lane. Got to squeeze through there. He does, and he's got the first down across the 25. And up near the 20-yard line. It is enough for a first down. As it is a gain of about 9 or 10 on that drive, on that play rather, to Davidson.
Davidson with a good run there, but fantastic blocking by Aiden. He was able to close off this outside corner, giving Davidson a gap to squeeze through.
Same formation. It's time to bring Davidson back into that window. Taylor stays behind. Turn, handoff, a little tentative, getting to the line of scrimmage. Able to spin forward. His feet driving forward, just not going down, is keeping those things. If he finds that hole and able to bounce off that instead of stopping whenever he gets that first contact, who knows what's going to happen with this guy, because you got to keep that momentum going forward, but still able to drag a defender, and in spite of the contact, picks up 4 yards. They call it 3 here officially to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Getting bombarded by birds. Was on a press box last night and had pigeons everywhere. Now we got big bugs the size of birds flying up at us. Taylor stays in there at running back. Turn. Pulled it. Nice read by Nigaman. Trying to bounce out. And now falls short. Good closing speed there. And Titans do have some speed in the back end with Midget tracking down for that safety spot. It looked like it was going to be a big hole. I think it was the right read to pull the ball, but just a couple of yards brings up 3rd down and a long 5.
Yeah, it was definitely the right read. He made a great move to dodge that defender, but don't know if it was better to cut it up inside and just try and get yards or do what he did and bounce it out.
3rd down and 6.
Most importantly, clock is running.
9:19 to play, in fact, in this ball game. Davidson in the slot, Damon the wide out. They ran that little slip play last time on this, almost same yardage as well. Nigaman, straight drop. This time it'll be a slant to Davidson. He'll slide past one defender. He'll fall forward. He's going to have enough for the first down. It's another move the chains on a Ethan Davidson catch and run. And Ethan having himself a very good ball game as they will move the chains and keep this drive alive. Titans need a break. I think that's what this timeout's about. A beautiful drive ongoing for the Trojans. It's 1st down and 10 inside the 20 when we return in 30 seconds on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Back out here, 9:02 to play in the ball game. BJ Harris along with you, alongside Jess Murphy. Daryl McLeod. Daryl in his broadcast debut doing a nice job, kid.
Thank you.
You never tell me I do a good job, BJ. Huh?
I've never known you as a kid.
Yeah, I might have. Is that an old joke?
No, you're not that much older than me, Murph. I think I'm catching you, too. I don't know how that's happening. Having those young kids will keep you young, won't it?
Yes.
But 4-year-olds have to wear me out.
My youngest is 7. My oldest is 25.
Wide receiver far side, to the near side. He'll send Harris in motion. Nigaman keeping himself. He's got a big run. Trying to bounce off, stay on his feet, rumbling forward, looking for that pylon. Touchdown, Trojans! A 10-yard touchdown run. Maybe you could make it 11 by Luke Nigaman on another pull. He pulled it to play a go. Same play was there. He saw it again. It was a bigger hole. Bounced off the tackler into the end zone. Trojans are up by 10. It was a very nice play by Nigaman. Good read, nice seal on that back side as well, on that play side as well, because the time before that there was some little bit of trash out there, and he wasn't able to overcome it. This time they were able to get a body on Midget, who came in to make that play from the safety spot. And now the Trojans a chance to go up 20-9. Snaps back, holds down, kick is out of the building, and the Trojans lead it 20-9. 8:54 to play here in the ball game. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Girard High School football on Girard Sports Live.
All that McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
(20-9), scores turned around. It is a 20 unanswered by the Trojans here since the second quarter, late in the second quarter. They're able to punch one in, take advantage of a short field, and it's kind of been their game since that point. Trailed by as many as 9 early on right now, lead 20-9. Humble to kick it away. Nice end-over-end kick. Short at the 15, near side return. Cuts back against the grain. And another nice play. That was Anthony Pike making contact there. Ball popped loose. Pike might have cocked that one loose. They're going to say it was on the ground already when the ball kicked out. And so that's where the Titans will start this drive. First down and 10 from the 30. If you're the Titans, guys, you saw so much success early on. Now some of that success was based on the other team's mistakes. How do you get things started if you're on the other side of things?
I mean, try something different, honestly, because they've been going to those same plays, and it looks like Phil Pott and Hudson and them have figured it out.
They've certainly figured out the running game, and then the passing game, there's not a lot of intermediate there. It's mostly either bombs down the sideline or that's about it. Running game. We saw him go into motion a lot. We haven't seen a ton of misdirection, however. Hamilton, flip it out. Scott Saporito, fighting off a block. That was a dang good job by Joel Jubber. That's how you fight through a block, maintain outside leverage as well, and make it a play.
That really was incredible by Joel. That is one of the better plays I've seen today, just being able to get outside and make that tackle.
Fighting through the blocker in open field, and in that situation, likewise, you've said it before, there's not a lot of help out there. Now, there was some more help coming from the inside because the return by the receiver turned inside, but, man, a nice open field tackle. We've seen some pretty sure tackling by the Trojans, and that means the work's been done in the offseason. Another stretching opportunity here. Again, back in action on Tuesday with some volleyball at Girard Sports Live. That's Kate Saporito that's fighting through the cramping.
All right, that's number 6, Kate Saporito cramping up.
And then back in action on Friday. Right into the week, we'll have a full schedule of broadcasts online at varsitysportslive.com/Girard. You can catch those games. If you go to that channel right now, varsitysportslive.com, you'll see 8 broadcasts right there on the homepage. Follow Columbus, Galena all season long here in Southeast Kansas. That's going to be the home for the Trojans as far as where the broadcast will live. So write that down. We'll have more information going out. You can also follow us on Facebook at varsitysportslive.com. Facebook.com/varsitysportslive. Flip it outside. Hamilton, man, throws a really nice ball. Just a little too much mustard, a little too high on that one, intended for Cox. He was a factor early on in this game. Haven't been able to really find him here of late. 3rd down and long.
As you said, that ball went a little too far. You got to wonder if maybe that injury's taking a toll on his accuracy or if it's just attrition in the game.
Well, good throwing comes from having a good base, and if your base is a little messed up, you're going to have a hard time setting your feet, putting pressure on that foot perhaps. 3rd down and 13. Nearly lost that one on the snap. Pressure coming. Lets it fly. He's got his man. He makes the catch. Gets behind coverage. Scales going to have to try to track him down. Just going to get him. But a nice play just behind coverage for Luke Gray, 5'7", 750-pound sophomore. Ethan Brooks is hurt over on the far side or down a little bit, perhaps with some cramping going on as well. And it's a huge play on a 3rd and 13. That ball seemed to stay in the air forever, and then he was able to make the catch. And behind coverage.
Right. One of the Trojan defenders fell down as the receiver's catching the ball.
You still see the divot right there where he did it.
That was Ethan Brooks there. It looked like he might have fallen awkwardly.
He was in the right spot, just got over the top of him, and once he did, there was going to be plenty of running room. Nice effort by Caleb Scales to track him down. He had to close a little bit of a pretty good gap, to be honest with you, and able to do so. And for a few reasons, that's important. One, make him earn it here to go into the end zone, but two, make him burn some clock to also get into the end zone. They continue to work on Brooks on the far sideline.
Yeah, when did we score, BJ? Nine minutes to go.
Yep.
So this has been a 30-second drive, and Titans right there knocking at the door.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they can do it in a hurry, and that you see it by the effort that they put out, the big plays that they throw. There's a reason you see those plays. They expect them to work, and that means they're still there, and they're still going to keep at you. A big stop here would go a long way to getting a win in this one. Cade Saporito keeps stretching out over here on the near side. He'll be a factor if he's able to get back into the game. Midget's still in there. He's had some cramping issues. Quarterback Hamilton's also had a couple of bumps and bruises. Brooks is still getting stretched out.
Another thing to note is number 12, Alex, looks like I don't think he's coming back in the game since he went out.
He is not. I don't believe offensively or defensively. Brooks, I'm assuming this is still cramps. Usually you'll get up and get off the field before with the cramping stuff, so hopefully it's not something more serious. Again, it's 8:30 to go here in this fourth quarter, 20-9. Trojans started off this game a little lackluster. Early in the first quarter, a punt over the head of Luke Nigaman went through he actually had a chance maybe to pick it up, but wisely kicked it out the back of the end zone to take a safety. That was the first 2 points of the season scored on the Trojans. And then a fumble also on maybe a questionable snap, went in and out, kind of went off the helmet of Nigaman and bounced right into the fray, and then it was equal opportunity on who could get it. Titans fall on top of it. They score after that turnover. And at one point, the Trojans were down 9-0.
That's number 1 for the Trojans.
Those cramps, if you've never had cramps quite like that, you're confident you're never going to walk again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this leg's never going to be normal. It'll never work like this again. That's the same thing with a stinger. When you get your first stinger, you are convinced you're never going to walk again. But you do, or I have. So will Ethan Brooks. Get him over there and get some hydrate. Once you're kind of at this point, you're at deficit mode. Now it's going to be who's left in the ball game to step in there with Kotzman over the ball right there in that big 3-3 defense down here inside the 20. Hamilton throws, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Hamilton gets hit again. Pizarro's there. More cramps. Oh, man. Well, work on him. We'll take a break. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live, presented by Croc-In.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Able to get off the field was Christian Taylor with some of that cramping. We'll see how he fares coming back in. So that's one of your inside linebackers that throws out there in his stead. Jake Towner. They'll throw one to the corner. And Joel Jubber doing all he could to try to keep pace there with Midget. That's a tough order for an outside linebacker on one of the better wide receivers in the area. But it falls incomplete. It brings up a third down. One problem with running, they don't run a lot of clock off with Columbus throwing the ball nearly every play.
Now, but the good thing is they are still behind the change here with a 3rd and 10.
Yep, 3rd down and 10. Ball's at the 11-yard line. 8:10 to play in this ball game. Shotgun for Hamilton, and
Flag on the play.
legal procedure against the Titans. It's the center picking up the ball.
Yep.
That was one of these guys up here. This is why you have coaches in the booth. These coaches saw that happen in the first when that happened last time, and it ended up being a fumble. But I'm sure they directed that information down to Coach Philpott if he wasn't seeing it already and said, hey, that kid's picking up that ball. That's not legal, and it ends up being a 5-yard penalty. And that's also one of those, if you know that, you wait until a situation like this to notify the official that that is going on. Doesn't do you any good to do it midfield.
Till you need it.
Yep. Hamilton, straight drop, plenty of time, lets it go into a host of, and a little bit of crossover there. One receiver running into the defenders, intended there for Gray, who got him into this position with a big catch and run. But now the Titans looking at a 4th down and a chance to give themselves some life here in this 4th quarter. It's been sluggish for them. A touchdown here would be a big deal, and a turnover on downs would be huge for the Trojans.
Trojans defense has done a great job all night. They've given up 1 touchdown.
On a short field.
On a short field, yep.
4th down and 15 from the 16. Hamilton. Near side. Throwing it up. Going for midget. Jubber. Foul. Yep. They got that same matchup. I mentioned it a moment ago, that's a tough order. You saw Jubber's coverage skills not 100%. Just kind of throwing his hands up there and getting in the face of Landon Midget. Oh, it was a touchdown?
Yeah, they caught it.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he caught
I'm looking
it.
at a camera, back of the camera here.
Yep.
Well, that was a terrible call on my part then. He caught that?
Yeah.
I missed that 100%.
My bad. I thought you saw it.
No, I was trying to figure out it was a pass interference, which there was a pass interference, and he still caught it.
And he still
caught it. Yeah, I missed that. So there you go. You see why he's one of the better wide receivers in the area.
And I'd say Columbus has to go for 2 here.
And they are. I thought it was a little weird that they were set up in a more traditional formation. Nope. Under 8 to play. It's a pretty big play right here. Pressure coming. And he can't hold on. They had it executed. It might have still been short. But down there intended for Tanner, and it falls incomplete. But it's still a 1-score game with 7:55 to play. Trojans still have some work to do. We'll see if they can do it when we return in 1 minute on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Right. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're going to mess up, that's one to mess up on there. The question we have coming out of the break is I'll have to look at where's that rule book at?
Exactly.
Because I didn't see a penalty on the extra point. The penalty was on the touchdown, and if they accept a penalty, then the touchdown's good. Or accept a penalty, then the touchdowns, they have to redo the play. I'll get it out in a minute, BJ.
I'm not entirely sure. So
I guess it works out in the Trojans' favor, though, because the ball gets spotted at the 20 either way.
Yep. It'll come out here to the 20.
Well, got an 8-minute drive in your playbook?
Well, the one that they had that would have been an 8-minute drive only took them like 2.5 to begin the second half. So he is back in the ballgame as Kester at that running back spot because Taylor had to go off. He was having cramping issues. He's still getting stretched out on the far sideline, I believe. Send a man in motion, turn, hand off up the middle, and that's Kester for a gain of a couple. Maybe just a yard and a half. They'll give him a full 2 to bring up a second down at 8. Timeout situation. I do know the Titans have called at least one, maybe 2.
Read my mind. I was getting ready to ask you. I don't know.
I know they called one. 2 wide receivers near his side. Davidson is a slot. Second down at 8. They'll wing it out here to Davidson. He's got to make that guy miss. Can't do it. Damon not able to get his block at Saporito. Saporito getting up jaw just a little bit. Pretty good play all around for him. It's a loss of 2 on the play, and that's what it comes down to. That play essentially is a mano-a-mano play if you can make it a mano-a-mano. And that time, the one unaccounted guy was Saporito, who was supposed to be getting blocked and wasn't. I like my chances with Davidson in that situation if he's able to just have one-on-one, but that was not the case.
Yeah, that looked like he was almost ready for that one because it's been ran on him a couple times now.
Third down and 11. And a timeout taken by Coach Philpott. On that far sideline, ran that play clock down, 6:36 to go in the ball game. Trojans up by a tenuous 5. That 2 points, how do we get to that? Safety early on in the game. We'll see if that's a factor. Trojans need to convert on this third down when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Titan players spend a little bit of that timeout getting their crowd fired up. And that's exactly what we've got here. Titans feeling like they've got a chance here, and they certainly do. On a third down and 11. Nigaman rolling. He's got some time, turns his shoulder, pressure comes, lets it play. He's got Bo Harris, he makes the catch across the 35 up near the 40-yard line. It's another big third down conversion by the Trojans. A 20-yard pitch and catch from Luke Nigaman to Bo Harris, and the Trojans keep the drive alive.
And that absolutely killed the crowd here on the Titan sideline.
Sucked the air out of the room. 6:28 to play. The time will start once the ball is set for play. And that was a big play. Plenty of time for Nigaman, and each time he has had enough time to turn his shoulders downfield, look, he shows it. Whatever it is, he shows it. Kester, ball loose. Nigaman's got to catch it. He'll just eat it. Center quarterback exchange, expecting with returning center to have that pretty well buttoned up. Not necessarily the case here tonight at times, but a big loss there, and Nigaman wisely just kind of eats it. I could tell by his body language he was thinking he might still have a chance.
Yeah, and then looks like he made the wise play to just get down and eat that yardage. Hope for a second down play.
Keep the clock ticking.
Oh, yeah.
Three on the play clock.
And nothing doing again. Bringing the house. You're going to have time to be able to have something go. And that's a huge loss as a host of Titans get through there. Not exactly sure what the play call even was. It didn't have much time to develop at all. They're back in it. The crowd is.
Yep.
The whole momentum, it has a tendency to shift.
Works in very weird ways.
4:50 to play in this ball game. That Trojan defense is likely going to be called upon to make a play. The offense would like to overcome that right now, but it is 3rd and a mile. 3rd and 23 from the 27. Nigaman lets it fly down the field. He wanted an intent for, I believe, Davidson, but it falls incomplete.
Had two receivers kind of in the same spot right there.
Usually not what you were going for. And now a punting situation, and now it took about 2 minutes off the clock when that drive started, but not quite enough. 1 or 2 more first downs, and we are talking about the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. Alas, we are not. Instead, Cox stands at his own 40-yard line with Nigaman on the punt with his heels just outside of his 10. Another high snap, but able to get it, and he'll get a boot into this one. Wobbly kick, going to take a Trojan roll, and it'll be a beauty by Luke Nigaman. That is a big play, one of the top plays of the game, frankly, to switch the field position all the way down inside the 25-yard line to make him earn it.
Yeah, a lot of people know Luke for his flashy quarterback skills, but what they might not know is that he was actually first-team punter in the CNC last year, so he does a great job of flipping field.
Long tradition of punting quarterbacks at Girard. That's pretty common, actually, in high school, I noticed. It gives you some flexibility at that punt position to do some fun stuff. Right now, thinking defense, though, for the Trojans. Some of the biggest moments of the careers for guys like Anthony Pike, who's roaming the middle. They've had good games, have those new guys, but they're up against it here. They're going to try to line up and do it again with Hamilton. He wanted Midget, and he was beyond Jubber. Continues to be that matchup. And Midget is still fighting with some cramps, which makes that a little more attainable for Joel.
Looks like Columbus likes that matchup, though. They keep attacking it.
Stops the clock with 4:11 to play in the ball game. First down and 10 inside the 19. Or inside the 20 at the 19. It's like 24, excuse me. Throw it. Got his man in and out of his hands. Boy, a big break there for the Trojans. We talked about luck earlier. Not much more luck than that drop by Cole Minor. Coal Miner. I just now got that. What a great place to be from and be named Coal Miner. 3rd down and 10. This possibly could be
the ball game.
Maybe. Still a lot of clock on, a lot of clock there left.
And even with a lot of
couple
clock,
of first downs that
may have gone away from that run game.
2 downs to pick up a first here.
2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. One running back behind him is Tanner. Straight drop for Hamilton. Plenty of time. He'll look to his left side. He leaves that one airmail over the top of the intended receiver, Cox, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 10. Your best wide receiver is fighting through some cramps. Your quarterback's fighting through some lower leg injuries.
And they're going to punt here, BJ. 4 minutes on the clock's enough that they think they're going to get the ball back.
And I would tend to agree with that.
I'd keep your eye out for a fake, too, although very unlikely with 10 yards, but could happen.
Scurry. He'll get a boot into this one. Fair catch by Kester. And he'll take it just beyond the 40. And that's where this one will start for the Trojans. This could be the final drive of this game, but they're able to pick up a couple first downs. 3:54 to play in the game. And back in action next Friday with the Colgan Panthers coming to town to Frank Jameson Field. Pre-game coverage around 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock in that one. Have volleyball on Tuesday.
Well,
volleyball's pretty fun to call, isn't it?
It is fun.
I enjoy it.
It's fast.
Yeah, it's fast and entertaining. Up there in the Where I'm living, it's pretty high octane too. You see some pretty good volleyball up there. First down and 10 for the Trojans. 3:54 to play in the ball game. Turn, handoff, Kester breaks off the first contact, still driving his feet forward. Getting a little bit of help out there from one of his linemen.
Cordell.
Yeah. Cordell Saron trying to give a little extra drag for him. Gain of a long 5. It'll bring up a second down and 5 for the Trojans. Clock continues to tick, under 3.5.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised Trojans even put this ball in the air. Just hand it off 4 or 5 more times and let's go back north.
Back north. Turn, handoff again, Kester. And they bring up a third down, and a big third down. Now you start thinking on this third down, you don't get it, you probably punt because you want to make them drive the full length of the field. You've seen their ability to get separation in the passing game, but maybe not break away. So the more you make them earn it, the more you defend yourself against one of those big ball, 9 balls getting away from you. Snap the ball, you get a free 5 right there. Hard count, free 5.
First down.
That was a huge play. And it's just enough on that first down, on that second down play to get beyond the 5, so that will give them the first down and move the chains here with 2:36 to play. Just enough. We're looking right down at it. I'm sitting at the 52, the 48 rather. The 50, just beyond it. The first down, I said 52. Yeah, even after 21 years, you still make stupid mistakes like that. And half asleep here, I think. 48-yard line and a first down is the most important number to say with 2:26 to play in this game.
Take care of the football right here.
They're also draining that clock as much as they can before the snap.
Yeah, there's still 12 seconds on the play clock, so Nigman continues to look to the far side. Now Coach Burns with the timeout to try to preserve some of that clock. Timeout on the field, we'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Nearly a fumble on the snap there, but Nigman able to get out there and break loose, and wisely just kind of falls down across the 45 as we come out of there. The Trojans on a first down and 10, trying to get one more first down and pretty well ice this one. And what has been a hard-fought game. Both these teams have had flashes of what you kind of can see where both teams will be a little excited about something, both overcoming a little bit of injury and some cramping tonight. Certainly plenty of mistakes in this one from both teams, but like we've said already a few times, they'll have enough to talk about when they go to practice on Monday, what they need to clean up to be able to have the seasons that they want to have.
I don't know what the officials' timeouts for, but
looks like a discrepancy on the clock,
which is relevant, certainly to Coach Burns. I don't know exactly when that last play happened. Well, they stop it to bring up a second down and a long 5. There's another hard count. You might be able to do that. You might be able to score doing that.
Great discipline by the Girard offensive line there to not jump even while you have guys trying to tackle you almost.
Yeah, they 3 first downs or 2 first downs, and then that one right there they've been able to get, and the offensive line has been able to hold true. And now on second down, this right here is this best case scenario.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. So important in that first game, and Columbus obviously a couple mistakes there, letting them get close on this to this first down.
So you don't see Luke under center very often, but
still not. They do go under center. I talked to him a little bit about that. You want to be able to do that. We'll see if he gets under there. Still in that short pistol, though. He'll send Harris in motion. Turn, handoff. Kester, he's got the first down. And then a little more gravy on top of those biscuits on a 45. He's across the 40 up to the 35-yard line. And that should about do it inside the 120 mark. Set this for play. Jaden Hale in there again to make a play for the Titans. And Eddington coming off the field. He's had himself a pretty good ball game as well, but just running out of gas. The big fella trotting over here to the near side.
I think if I saw the call correctly, it might be victory formation for Girard.
Looks to be that way. They will take a knee. Well, they had to earn it here tonight, boys, but they're going to be 1-0, and ultimately at the end of this season, you won't necessarily think about all those mistakes. You'll just know that you were 1-0, went on the road in week 1 and got a win, and that's pretty much what the Trojans are looking to do here. Just a couple more kneel downs, and that is exactly what they'll do in this one. Again, keep up to date on all the Girard High School games on Girard Sports Live. Go to varsitysportslive.com/Girard. Just go to Varsity Sports Live. The weekly games will be up there. Make sure you follow us on Facebook.com/Varsity Sports Live as well. BJ got to experience the dark side of putting all your accounts on Facebook, and then Facebook deciding you don't need an account anymore, apparently.
Just
weird.
You.
Just text it. Gone. Isn't that the weirdest thing ever? So we have no access to Girard Sports Live's Facebook. Nothing. It's a shame. I don't plan on just taking it lying down either. Take on the big blue F of Facebook. Second down and 11.
And I think that was Columbus's last time out.
I believe so. Yep.
So we'll have to do it one more time.
Always good to be on a victory formation. Somebody's still playing. That's old Eddington. He's not quite done yet.
Yeah, if I'm Phil Pott, I don't know if I enjoy that.
Nope. A little concerning. But you're right. They will have to play one more time. I got to see the Gorillas last night. Likewise, it's a very similar game to this, actually, where you saw the flashes, you saw the reason everybody's excited, but you also saw tons of mistakes and allowing a team that maybe in week 5 or 6 you might win by 3 or 4 scores keep pace with you a little bit. The Trojans are going to be 1-0. Again, won 10 in a row last year, one of the greatest seasons in school history, and left a little bit on the table, I would agree with, I would have, but that would have been the end of that also with me. That kid we'd still be going if that was me on the field, so that does happen. It gets hard. Frustration, Kester, a handshake and the ball game over.
Good sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship all the way around. 20-15, the Girard Trojans victorious here on the road in week number 1 on the Columbus Titans. Back in action next Friday to take on the Colgan Panthers. We'll evaluate this game a little bit. We'll turn our attention to the Panthers as well as we wrap things up here as we kick off the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance post-game show. Leah has got a new promotion. Contact her office, and she wants to nominate a hometown hero. You'll get a gift if you're one of those nominees, and also everybody's going to go into a drawing for a chance to win a $100 gift card to where? Heroes Barbecue, of course. And so go do that. Contact Leah's office. She's been in the business for over 10 years, licensed in both Kansas and Missouri. I think even Oklahoma now. Leah and her staff have the right coverage for your personal business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4585 4590, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. We'll talk more about this when we kick off the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Back out here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. BJ Harris, Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod here as we wrap things up from Columbus. Trojans getting game number 1 win as Coach Philpott extended time out there, really still coaching. And that's, coaches think about that first speech after a game, or what are the things he's going to tell them that they need to be thinking about, so when they go watch film that they are already thinking about that. So that first practice just happened right there for the next week's game, and an opportunity to get the Trojans clean up some of this stuff. But ultimately, Daryl, you talked early in the game about nerves. We saw that reflected. Did you feel like you saw them kind of calm down a little bit in that second half and then make it happen?
Yeah, like you said, in that first half, they all came out kind of jittery, kind of, not working together real well. But in the second half, looked like they had that spark, that fire, that chemistry working together really well. And it showed because they were able to run the ball really well, able to score a couple times. So, yeah, they definitely got over it, looked like pretty quick.
Yeah, you got the walking wounded out there. Everybody's got a little bit of a limp going because of cramps or some other thing, and that first game is kind of that way, and so that'll be a big part of it as well. You mentioned Jess getting home healthy. For the most part, perhaps that's the case. Maybe learn a little bit about hydration, but on a humid night, it's just bound to happen that first game out. You said you saw the Jamboree game and walked away feeling real excited. Obviously, some of the holes were shown here as well for the Trojans, but the bright spots are bright enough to keep you pretty excited about the future here for the Trojans.
Yeah, they showed flashes. That first drive out of the second half, that was the Trojan team we come to expect last year. I told you off air, BJ, I don't know how good Columbus is. If Columbus ends up being really good, then this game is what we expected. I think the Coach Philpott, the whole coaching staff will have these boys. I'm not discouraged from this game at all. I expected more, maybe more than 20 points, but I thought it looked really good.
I think Columbus is going to be a decent team. I think they're going to be right there in the mix later on. They've got some players. You see the flashes again. Cade Saporito's got some speed on the edge. Tanner had some nice runs as well in that first half. Didn't see much of him in the second half, but I think they're just trying to feel things out. And then up front, I felt like they were pretty good. So I don't know if they're going to be I think they'll probably be in the top half of the CNC, likely, the Columbus Titans. And if that's the case, and you come down here and able to get a win on the road, then that's certainly a nice feather in your cap as you go into week number 2. Colgan coming in. Colgan struggled at times here lately. They, I believe, feel they're resurgent. I heard a few people talking about the Panthers having some talent back, and they feel pretty good about their chances. But again, going into that week 2, you kind of got to continue to focus on your own success and what you can change to be better. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I don't know. Colgan, I don't know who they bring up. It's high school sports. I mean, you rotate the roster, and that's what makes this Trojan team, to me, so special is we're returning basically almost everybody off of last year's team. So.
All right, we'll take another quick break here. Coach is making his way up here. We'll do that, and we'll return here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance Postgame Show on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Back out here one final time on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Joining us now, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. Coach, you get a win. You go on the road and get a win in the CNC. Whether you win pretty or you win ugly, it looks the same. And at times we saw certainly flashes of what you're wanting out of your team. Had to overcome some mistakes as well early on in the game. So just kind of talk a little bit about that, in particularly as those mistakes and then having to overcome those and what kind of the mental fortitude of your guys were to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily how you want to win a game, but it shows some things about our kids that we've talked about, that there was going to be some adversity at some point in time that you're going to have to, overcome it, whatever it was. We gave up a safety early, and then let them score, and they get up on us, and we kind of put something there together at the end of the first half to get some points on the board. But we talked in the huddle after the game that it's a gritty performance, and we learned a little bit something about ourselves, and we're going to get everybody's best shot, I think, right now. And maybe a year ago we were off the radar a little bit, but I think we'll be on it. And this year, so we got to go to work and make sure we expect to prepare ourselves to get the best shot from somebody. And it's Columbus. We knew it was going to be. They're well coached. They've got good schemes. They've got some good players. There's no reason for us to think that it was going to be an easy game, and maybe that opened our eyes a little bit tonight, and I hope it did. Much as you talk about it, sometimes it takes a little slap in the face to figure that out.
All right. With that individually, you knew you had some known commodities coming in, but we talked a couple days ago about who were some of those guys filling those holes. As you look across your roster, I know it's just fresh happened, but Anthony Pike was one of those guys at the Mike linebacker filling some pretty big shoes from Breck and Troike. Brooks got tested play one and was right where he needed to be. How do you feel about some of those guys? Joel Jubber had a couple of big plays. He was also getting tested throughout the whole game. Your guys getting their first Friday nights. How do you feel they stepped up?
Yeah, I think some of those, like I said, some of those question marks were at least answered somewhat. We got some evaluation on how kids are going to play. I think they did a nice job. I felt pretty good about Pike stepping in. I knew pretty confident about what he had been, what he had done for us. But there's a lot of those guys with cramps and injuries. Yeah. One off the top of my head, Zach Venzo came in and played the whole second half, and maybe a little bit more than that, but played well. Did a nice job for us, and it was a group team effort for sure, because we had some guys moving around. We had some injuries, bumps and bruises that kids had to move to different places. I made some terrible play calls, I can tell you that, trying to make some stuff up on the runs from some of the stuff they were doing, which is stupid. But our kids even handled that well. Yeah. I told Luke after one series, that is a terrible series, and he goes, "It's all right, we'll be fine." Yeah. He's like, and you got some confidence like that we know going into the first quarter, and in the first quarter said there's a lot of football left. Let's just get settled down here and let's figure some things out. And we kind of did there. But they gave us all we wanted. And, it's nice to be able to finish the game and drive the ball and end it. So.
And that's exactly what you guys did, able to get the win here again and move on. 20-15 your final score, and this was the Trojans moved to 1-0 on the year. You go home next week, take on the Colgan Panthers. I'm sure your focus was on the Titans, but you've known their program and Coach Seamatter and their group. What do you know of them? What do you expect next Friday?
I don't know much about them just yet. It's haven't seen any film on them. It's early in the year. Yeah. Haven't seen scores or anything like that. Don't know. So I know they will be. They'll have some athletes. They'll have some. They'll be fundamentally sound what they do. We got out of that game a little bit last year with some big plays. We had special teams was a big force in that game. You look at the score. Defensively, we played really well that game. So we're going to have to play defense even a little bit better than we did tonight. We're going to have to do some more on offense than we did tonight. So we'll break down this game and make sure we're fixing what we need to, and then we'll get on to Colgan and see what they got. So it's pretty early in the year to know too far ahead of what's going on, but we'll figure it out.
All right, well, focus on yourself. That big improvement from game 1 to game 2, Coach. Congratulations, great win. Great way to get the season started on the road with a victory. No matter how it went down, you got her done and made those plays when you needed to. Congratulations and good luck next week.
Thank you. Happy for our kids. And like you said, it was kind of a gritty, ugly performance. We got to see a little bit about their character. So good for them.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Trojans move to 1-0 here on the new year. Back at home next Friday night to take on the Colgan Panthers. We'll have that action for you. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kick from Frank Jameson Field. For Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod and BJ Harris saying so long from Columbus. You've been watching it tonight on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crochan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.